Então vamos começando mais uma live aqui de Honkai Star Rail. Nessa live eu pretendo aí fazer aquele react do modo História, o Diabo em Veludo, né? Que estreou aí na 2.1. Acabou de chegar aí a atualização, mas antes a gente vai dar aquela brincada de summonação. Será que vai dar sorte aí pra mim também? Porque eu pretendo fazer o summon em live, né? Vamos ver se eu vou conseguir aqui fazer esse summon ou não. Então beleza, deixa eu só conferir aqui se a live tá tudo certinho, né, pra gente aqui. Cadê aqui o link da live? Vou até achar a live, né? Cadê aqui? Não ficou ao vivo, não? Beleza. Tô ao vivo aqui. Então, menos mal, porque mudou a configuração aqui. Então, tá maior estranho. Deixa eu só compartilhar aqui a live pra galera chegar aí. E aí a gente já vai começar aquele bate-papo e tal, da gente verificar esse modo história. A atualização tá bem interessante. Deixa eu só mudar de conta aqui, que eu só quero resgatar as minhas recompensas aqui, ó. Vamos lá. Enviar de novo, mas não é nessa conta que eu vou fazer, não. Essa aqui é... Não pode dar sumos na conta errada, né? Que isso aí já aconteceu? Já aconteceu. E foi uma bosta? Foi uma bosta. Chega mais, tô em live. Pra trocar ideia ao vivo. Então, beleza. Vamos mudar aqui pra minha conta América. Aí a gente vai comentar um pouquinho mais sobre a atualização também, e por aí vai, né? Então, super sussa. Se você com o layout aqui da... Pra eu ver o chat ficou muito estranho, muito estranho. Então quando a galera chega, só fazer as missõezinhas aqui do demonstração de personagem, aí eu já vou para os sumos e depois eu vou para o... Como é que fala? Depois eu vou pro modo história. Vamos lá, então Acheron aí. Cara, a Acheron ficou muito legal, essa nova mecânica de teste. Primeiro que eles mudaram o cenário finalmente, né? Poderia ter... Cada personagem ter o seu cenário. Tipo assim, personagem de Penacone aqui em Penacone, personagem de Belobog lá em Belobog. Então esse aqui já foi um upgrade que eu gostei muito. Eles estão inspirados mesmo pra 2.1, que não tinha isso, né? Até Cisne Negro, que eu me lembro. Então vamos lá. Deixa eu dar esse ataque básico aqui mesmo. Aqui a gente já lota, já ganha mais um stack aqui. Aqui eu já posso fazer isso para ganhar mais stacks. Esqueci. Agora deixa eu dar o ataque dela, da nossa rainha. E aí, Mike, seja bem-vindo, Mike. Aproveita que você foi o primeiro a comentar como que tá o áudio layout. Tá tudo certinho aí ou o jogo tá muito baixo? Então aqui, ó, só para quem não reparou isso na Acheron, mas se você atacar alguém que não tá com os stacks, ela não causa dano em área. Ela só causa dano em um. Então tem que atacar sempre que tá com os stacks para causar dano em todo mundo. E os inimigos falecendo, dão stacks para ela também. É que às vezes eu fico com a impressão que no jogo, nos meus vídeos, fica baixo, né? Mas enfim, você tá falando que tá certo, então tá certo. Vamos lá. Aí ela já começou atacando na nova onda, né? Isso aqui é somente na técnica dela também. Já tô com os stacks no máximo, mas eu vou usar com o negócio cheio, né? Você tinha a Brona pelo menos ou não, Mike? Que pegar duas Brona é foda, né? Porque a Brona é muito da hora, né? Porque ela não gasta tantos pontos de perícia, que é um dos probleminhas dela. Agora a Brona com um cone e ela já fica bem mais da hora. Então isso talvez você ainda pode pegar a Acheron, né? Ainda tem um login para mais 18 passes. Terá mais 10 passes. Não, 10 passes vai vir no aventurino. Você vai ter aí mais 18 passes, né? Gratuito para os eventos. A maioria das jags vem na primeira parte, né? Então nessa parte é menos mal. Eu vou tentar pegar a Acheron já, só que aí tudo depende da Acheron vir em pitch baixo pra eu pegar minha Jingliu, né? Senão eu não vou dar tiro na Jingliu. Que isso, o boss já faleceu? Ah não, então a Acheron já tá na conta. Vamos ver pra que eu vou perder aqui, né? Só espero que eu não perca... Ai, é tenso, né? Esse lance de ficar no 50-50 é foda. Cara, o Gallagher... Eu curti muito fazer... Eu já brinquei no teste na outra conta, né? Curti muito aí o teste dele. Tá um 4 estrelas promissor. Tá, 4 estrelas obviamente não tem que ser melhor do que 5 estrelas, mas alguns 4 estrelas tendo suporte para alguns 5 estrelas, eu acho isso muito bom. Ela dá ataque em área, isso é muito roubado, e já vai adiantar a vez dele, ó. Isso é muito roubado. Eles vendendo bem o personagem, né? Vamos lá. Só que o lance é, eu não sei se eu vou ter recurso pra investir no Gallagher na conta principal e da Acheron pra fazer vídeo rápido, né? Então foi. Beleza, aí assim que terminar aqui os treinamentos, o teste, né? Eu vou fazer aquela simulação e me desejem sorte aí, galera. Me desejem sorte. Olha lá, a pele é de Belobog. Aí aqui faz sentido. Mas o Dan, ele seria da... Ele seria da estação Herta, né? Poderia ser da estação Herta. Pegar algum cenário lá. Ó o Miranda chegando aí também. Seja bem-vindo, Miranda. Vamos lá. Cara, esse robozinho ele incomoda muito com esse lance dele ficar colocando esses escudos. Vamos tirar a prova agora, hein? Pronto, só falta o teste do Dan agora, né? Olha o Tio Blade. Que isso, hein? Você tá animado, hein, Tio Blade? Eu tô precisando de alguém assim, ó. Que edita gratuitamente pra mim. Precisando disso na minha vida. Que a gente tem dinheiro pra bancar, né? Alguém a gente fica pedindo... como é que fala? Fica pedindo gratuito. Coloca como curso. Ah, vamos dar um ataque aqui. Não vou precisar da proteção dela, não. Quero ver se você pega o meu, faz uma edição e sabe aqueles vídeos de corte de live? Faz aqueles videozinhos de corte de live. Aí você monta o seu canal de corte, olha só, já te dando aí, ó, uma inspiração pra você ganhar dinheiro, hein? Eu, pelo menos, autorizo as minhas imagens serem utilizadas. Vamos ver. Esse aqui a gente vai dar kill aqui. Beleza, então deixa eu colocar aqui pra gravar. Porque eu vou fazer... aquele videozinho pra postar, né? Pera aí, deixa eu só organizar a tela. Ok. Estamos em live. Nesse vídeo que eu estou tirando aqui do corte da live, a gente vai fazer aqui no canal. Nossa, a gente tá muito estranho. Vamos recomeçar, né, galera? Recomeçar. Sempre faço isso. A gente sempre erra. Vocês não veem os erros de gravação. Banner da nossa Acheron está na tela, então nesse vídeo que eu estou gravando, inclusive em live, então já fica o convite aí para vocês para se inscreverem lá no meu canal de lives e também o react tá lá no meu canal de lives, link na descrição. E porque a gente agora vai dar tiro na Acheron, eu tenho aqui o suficiente para pegar a Acheron? Tenho. O que acontece? É que eu não tenho a Jingliu nessa conta, nenhuma das minhas contas, e eu gostaria muito que não flopasse os 50-50 para talvez eu pensar em pegar a Jingliu, né? Então me deseje muita sorte para eu ter mais uma personagem para não ficar fazendo testes limitados, né? Usando ali de amigos parceiros e já contribuir aqui na minha conta também. Então, vamos lá. Né, tentando aqui os meus tiros, lembrando que esse é o segundo vídeo de hoje, eu já postei a atualização das 6 semanas que nós teremos aqui do banner da Acheron e do Aventurino, tanto em questão de eventos, de otimização que já chegou e também do mock e pura ficção, e o que é que você vai precisar desses 3 mock e pura ficção aí pro restante da semana. Então beleza, vamos lá. Obviamente eu não vou pegar o cone dela e a minha review que eu vou postar aí pra vocês ainda essa semana, vai ser ela sem cone, né? Porque é a vida aqui minha. Então bora lá. Me desejo sorte e foi os primeiros 10 tiros. Não vamos conferir, né, qual pitch que eu tô, mas eu acho que eu tô no pitch baixo. Tá, por que que eu ainda continuei dando tiro aqui? Acho que veio aqui, ó. Veio o Wormei e tô no pitch 5, né? Isso, tô no pitch 5. Então, beleza. Vamos lá, então. E foi. Foi a primeira. E aconteceu já 2 vezes de vir em pitch baixo. Que foi o Argent, veio com 20. E o Blade na minha outra conta veio com 10, se eu não me engano. E nunca mais, hein? Acho que nunca mais teve essa sorte. Por isso que eu tenho 2 Blades. Eu não queria pegar o Blade, eu queria pegar o 4 estrelas na época e... Enfim, agora a gente vai pegar o Gallagher, né? Eu quero muito o Gallagher. Eu nem conferi ainda os addons dele, né? A Pela, eu não sei se eu tenho os ídolos da Pela aqui também. Mas óbvio que Danheng não, né, galera? Danheng não. Então vamos para o nosso segundo aqui. E de bait aqui, o que poderia vir de bait? Nessa conta seria a Clara, né? De trap, que eu gostaria que não viesse? Lógico que não. Vamos lá. A galera que o Joe Blade mandou aqui no chat, Gallagher Braba é E4. O E4 é que ele coloca o Supremo por 3 rodadas, permaneceram ainda? O que eu tô falando, gente? A Rui me ouviu mesmo. Caramba, olha que rotação horrível. Um dos piores 4 estrelas com o pior cone. Que isso? Eu falei até no vídeo da atualização, não, agora veio a mecânica de destruir cone 4 estrelas, mas recomendo para free to play não. Mas esse cone da Gneifen, ele dá vontade. O cone ruim, cara. O cone ruim. Ô, Roio. Cinquentinha aí de Acheron. É só isso que eu quero. Só isso que eu quero. E o Gallagher pra fazer a review dele, né? Me ajuda aí. Cadê? Pô, velho, que inferno. Já tô estressando. Já estou estressando. Então aqui a gente vai para 45 ou 35? Eu esqueci. Ih, vamos lá. Roxinho para variar. Cadê meu Golga? Cadê o nosso carinha que faz refraus? Poxa, velho. Vai ser a primeira vez que vai flopar aí um 4 estrelas? Vou pegar o Gallagher só na sexta-feira? Vamos lá, mais 10 aqui. Daqui a pouco vem a Acheron e não vem o Gallagher. Que é isso? Ó, vamos ver, vamos ver. Cadê? O único cara meio barbado aqui. Ah! Olha, veio o cone inédito. O cone do Misha, cara. Pelo menos eu perguntei, mas nunca havia aparecido pra mim. Mas agora eu tenho certeza, veio na minha conta, que vai vir aí os cones depois que eles saem do banner, eles entram na pool. Cadê o Gallagher? É, só veio o cone mesmo. E não veio de novo. Vamos lá. Pelo menos tá registrado aí que agora parece que toda atualização eles vão lançar um cone no banner, né? Cara, vem 2 Gallagher. Ah, pelo menos um a gente sabe que vai ter na conta, né? Opa! Olha que belezura! Isso aí é muito bom. Ô, gente, já esqueci qual contagem que eu tô, gente. Já esqueci qual contagem que eu tô. Mas beleza, vamos lá. Qual pitch que eu estou? Não é o pitch certo. Eu acho que esse aqui deve ser no 65. Eu confio que no próximo vai vir. No próximo vai vir. Eu sempre gostei do Tendência. Só que o Tendência é legal no desbravador, né? Só que aí, qual que é o lance? O desbravador é ruim, né? Para de vir pelo. Acho que já até maximizei ela, não sei. Agora vai vir. Confia que a Acheron vai vir no 50-50. Confia. Confia. É agora, gente. É agora. Confia que vai vir a Acheron aí. Agora que bate o coração. Tem uma música que bate o coração. Alguma coisa assim. Como você sabe que veio a Acheron? Isso aí é... Ai, caralho, velho. Tá, eu queria um personagem de gelo. Não que eu já tenho um E3. Eu acho que meu Yakin tá E3, velho. Não, cara. Não, velho. Vou perder a Jingle por causa desse cara. Não, confia, ainda a esperança não acabou, porque a gente vai pegar ela no pitch baixo. A gente vai pegar ela no pitch baixo. Confia, Yantin arrombado. Nossa, antipatia. Vai vir ela no pitch baixo. Tá, não vai ser nesse daqui. Não vai ser. Confia. Uma hora acontece, já tem aí, ó. O quê? Desde o Argent, já tem uns 6 meses aí que não vem nada no pitch baixo. Ó, veio um Gallagher aí, ó. Temos o Gallagher 1. Tô meio abalado. Perdi a Jingliu, né, cara? Perdi a Jingliu. Porque eu tenho que deixar garantido pra pegar todos os personagens novos, né? Cadê o pitch baixo desse jogo? Isso é lenda? Cadê? É, né? Não veio, a gente confia no Gallagher, né? Gallagher é 4 meta. O que a Susheng tá fazendo aqui, gente? Quem chamou essa menina? Não, todo aleatório. Isso aqui é o que? Um chinelo? Não é celular que ela tá na mão. Cadê o Gallagher? Tanto de 3 estrelas, né? Eu nem lembro que pitch que eu já tô aqui. Eu tô no 20, agora eu tô no 30. Tô no 30. Ai, ai, viu? Para de vir treco roxo. Óbvio, mais um Gallagher, hein? Já gostei. É, Gallagher tá E2 agora. E se pegar mais um, talvez eu abra mão do Misha, que eu não tenho nessa conta, e pego ele E4. Vamos lá. 40. Cara, vai ficar no 70 de novo. 70 não é 80. Normalmente vem no 75, 80 aí. Tá, então vem mais um Gallagher, né? Dan, o que você tá fazendo aqui? Ninguém te convidou, Dan? Que aí se eu pegar mais 2 Gallagher, dá pra fechar aí o Misha na conta. Não é porque o jeito vai ser upar o Misha, né? Porque a Jingliu, sei não. O Jingliu vai dar aquela sumida na conta. Aí 50... Ai, ai, viu? O que essa Knife tá fazendo aqui? Para de parecer esse cone horrível, ó. É 3. Tá, então na próxima, no 60, vai vindo o Gallagher e a Acheron tudo junto. Confia? Não, porque toda vez que eu falo confio, não vem, né? É, de novo. Triste. Bela, sai daqui, praga. Pô, cadê o Gallagher? Gallagher. Ah, olha, veio um cone bom. Isso aí é um cone até bom. Agora é o pique 70, né? 70 é alguma coisa. Que eu peguei o Yantin e já tinha alguma coisa. Ah, não veio. Eu também tô perdendo todos 50-50 eu tô perdendo aqui, eu acho. Ramei. A outra lá, quem mais que veio na 2.1? Ah, nem lembro. Veio Sparkle e quem? Quem que veio? Cisne Negro, né? Poxa, Pela. Pô, ninguém te quer mais aqui, Pela. Já tenho você a 6, se pudesse ter duas Pela pelo menos, agora vai vir, né? Agora veio a Acheron. Eu nem fica feliz, você pegou. Tô feliz, cara. Eu tô feliz, mas eu perdi na Jingle, então tô triste também. Então tá um misto de coisa aqui. Vem pelo menos um Gallagher. Ó, já veio de cara, hein? Já vamos começar o próximo. Aqui vai vir, nessa conta eu pretendo pegar o Buffio. Então já vai vir o Buffio aqui, hein? Que é aqui que eu tenho o Ramei. Gallagher. Ah, sério que veio o Dan? Ah, veio 2 Dan. Cara, 2.400. Depois eu volto aqui e a gente vê. Vamos só equipar aqui, então, ver aonde eu consigo upar aqui a Acheron. E buildar ela e a gente vai fazer o modo história. Vamos ver se eu coletei. Já tenho um XP, né? Tem que ver se eu tenho um XP. Ah, vamos ver só aqui se eu usei donos que ficou. Ó, então o meu amigo aqui ficou E6. É, ficou E6. Ele E6, ele combina uma build de lentidão, né? Porque ele aumenta ainda mais a lentidão do inimigo. Ok, a minha Susheng ficou E5. O que ela tem no S6 dela? Ah, ela fica mais rápida, né? Joga mais vezes. Mas eu não uso mais você. Meu Yantin é 3, cara. Ai, que credo. Ó, Yantin. Te acho tão legal, mas... Cara, minha pela não era bem upada. Ó. Então, pelo menos minha pela aqui já fechou. É, pelo menos a pela veio o S6 certinho. O Dan também veio certinho, né? Que sorte a minha. E o Gallagher... Ficou faltando um Eidon.
Don't get too lost in those sweet dreams. Careful. Don't get too lost in those sweet dreams.
Ficou faltando esse aqui, ó. Estende em uma rodada de oração do inebriado. Eu fico pensando se eu dou mais tiro só pra pegar mais um Gallagher ou não, viu? Acho que eu vou tentar mais 10 tiros. Que não venha Acheron. Poderia vir até um trap, né? Mas que se viesse um trap eu já saberia. Vamos tentar mais 10 tiros aqui. Só pra ver se vai vir um Gallagher, porque a gente não vai ter 4 estrelas na próxima atualização, né? É porque aí no evento T4 eu pretendo pegar o Misha, eu não tenho um Misha. Então vamos ver agora. É a última vez também, né? Que aí já começa o Pit 19 no Buffio. Ah, sério, velho? Que veio o bait. Não acredito que veio o bait. Ah, vou em um. Eu tô nessa ânsia do Gallagher. Vou em um. Aí já apareceu ela é um aqui pra mim? Aí é triste. Ah, não veio a pela, aí desisti. Nem... Veio a pela, que... Jossa. Enfim, né? Então é isso, vamos ver. Então esse aí foi a minha sumonação de hoje, né? Pelo menos veio o Galaga, veio o E3. Vou pensar se eu pego o Misha ou não, deixo ele E4 aí. Ou posso pegar o Misha no próximo seletor também. Tô pensando nisso, porque até mesmo eu acho que eu não vou upar o Misha nessa conta, então era só para completar a coleção. Mas esse aí foi a minha sumonação de hoje, tá? E se vocês quiserem ver o vídeo da atualização, vou deixar nos cards também, mostrando tudo que vai chegar aí nas próximas 6 semanas aqui do Honkai Star Rail. E comenta aí, você pegou a Acheron ou não pegou a Acheron? Deixa aí nos comentários se você skipou e o que você tá achando dela caso você pegou. E a gente se vê no próximo vídeo, valeu e fui, que agora eu vou continuar a live. Beleza, vídeo gravado. Eu também acho que eu vou pegar o Galaga mesmo. Ó, vamos upar aqui então a Acheron, ver se eu consigo deixar ela level 80. Eu não sei se eu vou ter recursos. Eu não farmei XP, né? E eu tinha upado a Knife. Eu comecei a upar a Knife, só que aí depois parei pra fazer o pré-farm dela. Que eu não tinha Knife nessa conta também. Peguei no seletor do mês passado, né? É, pelo menos deu certinho, ótimo. Boa noite, durma bem, eu tenho aqui, deixa eu ver. Tá no Welt, estava no Welt, né? Deixa eu pensar. É que o Welt eu não consigo usar ele, mas eu vou usar esse daqui. Eu queria fazer um teste com ela só pra ver se ela vai aplicar duas penalidades com isso daqui. Nas primeiras lutas. Toma aqui, vou desbloquear o primeiro rastro. Segundo rastro. Terceiro rastro. Eu gosto de ativar os pininhos. Vamos lá. E aí depois tem que começar a farmar pro Galaga, né, coitado. Isso aqui é o quê? Isso aqui é eliminando o inimigo? Ah, então deve ter um... Nossa, tem isso tudo? Agora tem aqui a combinação, não, eu esqueci. Então beleza, que eu já tenho o suficiente, creio eu. Pera aí, qual que eu tenho? Qual que eu quero? Nem sei qual que eu quero. Eu confundi, não, os negócios parecem quase tudo igual. Nossa, eu farmei bastante, hein? Então vamos aqui só ataque básico que não vale a pena upar, mas vamos priorizar o Supremo. Utiliza sequencialmente lâmina, esse aqui é o Supremo. Então vamos upar aqui o Supremo no máximo. Beleza, isso aqui ganha um ponto de sonho e tal. Inimigo alvo causa dano de raio 80% de Acheron, assim como dano de raio igual a 30% do ataque de Acheron a alvos adjacentes. Que é a perícia? Isso aqui então que é o talento. Quando um retalhado chega a 9, a perícia suprema pode ser acumulado. O que aumenta aqui? Todos os tipos de todos os inimigos em 10%, que aumenta a redução de defesa. Cara, só aumenta a redução de defesa? É isso. Nossa, aumenta 1 em 1. Nossa, achei que seria mais, hein? Então tá, vamos 1 em 1 aqui, cada ver se eu consigo deixar ela pareada aqui. Preciso de mais 8. É, pelo menos esse upskill aqui já tá legal. Só upar aqui, sei lá, né? Vai que flopa alguma vez aí também. Enfim, agora deixa eu ver se eu consigo... Ah, temos aqui, ó. Espaçozinho básico. Quanto que eu tô? Ó, dá pra dar 10 tirinhos ali, hein? Vai que vem um Gallagher ou um Misha, né? Mas vamos ver aqui se até onde eu consigo upar o Gallagher. Que aí a gente já faz gameplays com ele também, né?
Intuition,
Vamos ver se eu vou ter
instinct.
XP. Ih, acho que vou ter
Training
XP
can
não, já
sharpen
acabou
them
quase
both.
tudo. Aí, tem que farmar, cara, tem que farmar, cara. Tá, o Gallagher a gente vai ver isso aí depois, né, Gallagher? Deixa eu ver se eu já consigo 10 tiros aqui no banner comum. Toma aquele 10zinho, né? Deixa eu ver como que tá aqui o 10zinho meu. Que pitch que eu tô? Aqui eu acho que eu tô no pitch alto, não sei. Cadê? Ó, Brônia. Ah, então se a Brônia veio no 11, então são 50 mais 4, 54 que eu tô aqui. Beleza, vamos lá, né? Não veio? Não veio. Mas vai vir um Gallagher ou um Misha? Não, o Gallagher não vem, né? Será que vai vir um Misha? É a minha expectativa. Misha, cadê você? Apareça. Apareça. É, né? Cara, eu nem lembrava que a Natasha existia. Sinceramente. Então, ok. Vamos começar então aqui o modo história. Deixa eu só divulgar aqui a live no meu outro, no outro canal. Pera aí. Criar postagem. Estou em live jogando. Estou em live jogando atualização da 2.1 e fazendo o modo história. Chega aí para trocar ideia. Deixa eu só pegar a imagem aqui, aí a gente... Pronto. Deixei lá no canal. Agora vamos desembolar aqui o modo história, então. Ai, tô muito triste que eu perdi a Jingle em vida segue. Vamos lá, então... Vamos lá. Fale com a Venturine. Você testemunhou a verdade que pode resultar no colapso de Penacone. Não, deixa eu só... Embolar aqui. Vamos lá. O Diabo e Veludo é a missão, né, do desbravamento. Vamos então conferir aqui a descrição. Você testemunhou a verdade que pode resultar no colapso de Penacone, como a Venturina afirmou. O corpo de Robin começa a se desintegrar a partir da fenda em seu peito e por fim é reduzido a um nada no sonho. Lembrando que quem falece no sonho, né, não... Como posso dizer? Quem falece no sonho não tem aquele lance de morrer na vida real, né? Dá um bug aí no cérebro. Aventurino parece ter algo a dizer. Vejamos qual a carta ele tem na manga. Então vamos lá. Eu esqueci de equipar na Acheron, né, minhas relíquias. Deixa eu colocar umas relíquias provisórias aqui na Acheron, que a gente vai jogar com a Acheron, né? Olha minhas relíquias flopadas. Cadê a Acheron, gente? Sumiram com a minha Acheron. A gente tem uma outra mecânica aqui pra fazer também. A gente coloca aqui a build, ó. Aí agora já fica mais fácil achar, né? Assim. Então a gente coloca aqui uma pelinha. E vamos colocar aqui um outro da inexistência. Que seria interessante. Pô, a minha guia, ela não está bem equipada. Eu vou ter que jogar com a Mamei. Vamos jogar com a Mamei e vida segue. Vou só colocar umas relíquias aqui e a gente vai começar a desembolar. O que eu vou colocar nela aqui? Vou pegar relíquias de alguém. Deixa eu ver quem que eu poderia pegar relíquias aqui de alguém. Dr. Wake está de ataques extras. Eu tenho as relíquias flopadas do Junwan. Deixa eu pegar aqui as relíquias flopadas do Junwan. Junwan. Paraná, cadê Junwan aqui? Pô, meu Junwan tá de ataque, cara. Ele não tem chance crítico. Sério que eu não tenho camiseta aqui de chance crítico? Vai ficar de ataque mesmo e vida segue. É bom que a gente faça o teste aí de ataque. Junwan tá de velocidade. Aí ela vai ficar aqui com ataque também, enfim, que eu não vou ficar procurando outra set de... Aqui ele vai ficar com set de ataques extra, né? Deixa eu ver o que o Junwan tá aqui. Ele nem tem speed aqui, cara, o meu Junwan pra chegar nisso daqui. Cadê o Junwan? Então essa é a minha Acheron horrorosa, né? Chance crítica de 21%. Tá horrível. Não, vou ter que botar uma camiseta de chance crítica aqui. Fala sério. Cara, eu não tenho a relíquia de chance crítica aqui dela. Não, que bosta, velho. Tem essa daqui. Tá triste? Tá triste. Vamos jogar aqui com ela flopadaça. Porque ela vai ser boa mesmo ruim. Cara, eu tenho uma meio uma pela. Ela nem precisa gritar não, filho. Ela vai mitar.
My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin.
Bom dia, William. Seja bem-vindo. Ô, Disboard. Não sei como é que tá escrito aí o seu nome direito. Não sei. Mas eu vou postar o vídeo já, depois do almoço, lá no canal TV, beleza? Mas eu gastei quase tudo que eu tinha. Né? Eu perdi aí o 50-50. Infelizmente, perdi a minha Jingliu. Vamos lá. Seus olhos não estão te pregando uma peça. Ela é a famosa cantora Robin. Será que é a Robin? Fica a dúvida. Claro, porque a outra Robin tá com seu irmão Sandy.
I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie.
O que tem a ver mentir com odiar o Aventurino? Ele é muito
What I
lero-lero.
showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC.
Não, cone não. Eu não pego nem cone o Bort, porque aí eu tenho que esquipar uns 5 estrelas, né?
Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together.
Quem aí já fez o modo história? Ou estão vendo pela primeira vez comigo?
Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission.
Aqui tá falando da Cisne, né?
Friend, the only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest.
Ó, ele já afirmou que a Acheron é uma menadora, né?
Wilfred's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die?
Essa morte do Ifrit ainda... Eu ainda acho que ele não faleceu. Eu acho que ele ainda não faleceu. Isso é muito difícil de aceitar. Esse é o seu lado da história. Se esse é o caso, eu não posso confiar em ninguém. Esse é o seu lado da história. Bem desconfiado mesmo. Toda história tem mais de uma versão. A sua, a minha e a verdade.
Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Cadê o Dr. Wade pra tirar ele?
Even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface.
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Pô, qual que é o acordo que eu não fiquei sabendo?
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one. And there's no sign of any distortion.
Isso é novidade, dá pra distorcer memórias?
The IPC is not the garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you, I'm just
não
not
tem ninguém
interested
mais
in
que você pode
scrambling
comprar,
for
não?
the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier
Prisão da
prison.
fronteira?
This has all become a
Nunca
bad
ouvi falar
death
nisso
for
até
the
agora.
cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death.
Já está, né? A
It'll
Sparkle
just
está pedindo que é
quietly
ela.
float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. That's
Eu
not
queria
fair,
saber quanto
right?
tempo que a Robin morreu
So,
no sonho, né?
Friend, I need your help.
Eu preciso da... Você precisa da ajuda pra quê? Que tipo de ajuda? Tenho que cuidar de outras coisas, não posso confiar em você, tá? Que tipo de
I
ajuda?
have but only
Vamos
one
saber
goal.
o que ele quer.
The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for
Tenho
this
feito
very
muitos amigos. Olha a cara de muitos amigos que o
This
Aventurino
tragic
tem, né?
news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
Tudo que o Aventurino fala parece que ele tá omitindo, sei lá, 50% das informações. Você quer se aproveitar da confiança da família da gente, com certeza. Os inanimados não se misturam com a corte da CPI, com certeza também. Já tivemos aí um trauma com a Topas. Eu não recebo para tomar uma decisão dessas. Tá, vamos na primeira aqui.
Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. she must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact details.
Ah, passou o zap pra
If you come
gente.
to any conclusions, call me. Oh, and
Eu não gostei deles reaproveitarem esse coração aqui do dano knife, que eu achei muito tosco.
don't
Reaproveitar.
mention it. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
Aí, antipatia de ficar ouvindo o aventurino chamando a gente de amigo.
sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
Claro, é o aventurino, tudo é estranho.
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
Se... Ó, ganhamos crédito, hein? Valeu aí.
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be. He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet, but judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking. That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
Isso denota raciocínio rápido e uma lógica muito sólida. O aventurino não é tolo. Trabalhar com ele acaba sendo perigoso. Os animados não podem fazer vista grossa para nenhum tipo de maldade. Pelo bem da vagalume, a gente precisa descobrir tudo sobre isso, né? Que a gente quer o 100 aí na conta. E pelo seguro parece ser a coisa mais inteligente. Posso jogar um D20 para decidir para mim. Cara, jogar um D20. Cara, vou jogar um D20. Ou seja, os criadores jogam um RPG de mesa.
Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions...
Vamos ver. A morte matou a
I'm
Robin?
not sure
Vamos
the
ver.
two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. We've all witnessed it in action before. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape.
Vamos ver. Você só acha, né? Mas tem, provavelmente. Você acha que isso tem ligação com a Acheron?
Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no
Sim,
one
a
is
gente viu o que
capable of
aconteceu na hora
providing an
que
answer.
você foi buscar, né? As
But
informações na
without a
mente dela.
doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance from her.
Você notou mais alguma coisa fora do
Two
normal?
victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in and of itself, that's very unusual. Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. Or everything has been planned out and executed by someone. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a smuggler, then a family celebrity, then this murderer's motives
Não é só gente aleatória, né, que selecionou. Tá, eu não tenho mais
This all
perguntas.
happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. I hope you can clarify the source of this confusion. Come this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost.
Não, tô aqui seguindo, vou me perder não. Cara, as duas é roxa, isso me incomoda, essas paletas de cores parecidas.
This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare.
O que você vai fazer, hein?
Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened, and it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths, and ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Ah, hold on just a sec. There you go, a small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone and there's no memo keeper to join you,
Eu nem li tudo. Faltou ler as duas últimas palavras.
I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me.
Ah, mas todo mundo omite, já tô até acostumado.
Then I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there, shall we?
Tchau.
What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
Interesseira, né? Ela é interesseira. Olha, o Dan Heng dando as caras. Você acha que ele seria esquecido? Qual todos, né? Que 80% é moça nesse jogo? Beleza, tô indo pra lá.
Family rep. Is Himiko okay?
Agora tem que ficar quebrando isso daqui, né? Agora que eu tô com a Acheron flopada aqui, ó, na conta. Gente, tô chocado que eu usava meu Jinwan com ataque percentual, gente. Coitado do meu Jinwan. E eu passava ainda os mocks usando ele. Travou? Ah.
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
Ué, então eu vou chegar lá, hein, Berheim. O Benihine. Ah, não sei como falo. Beni. Vou te chamar de Beni. Vou chegar lá. Quanto tempo que vocês demoraram pra concluir o modo história? Não foi 4 horas de novo, não, né? Nossa, 4 horas é tempo. Opa, animaçãozinha.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
A única coisa que eu achei estranha é a voz do Sen, né? Ser masculino. Ah, só isso? Mansão das Chamas? Oh, do que inferno.
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
We're still alive, as are you.
Eles quem? Nomes, eu gosto de nomes.
Still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind.
Ó, então é o Duque que enviou a caixinha para o Expresso Astral, aparentemente.
The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room.
Cara, a cabeça do Duque Inferno é muito estranha, não dá pra saber que formato que tem. Parece que é 2 chips.
Force fire demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that eon, you won't get special.
É, a gente sabe que o Duque Inferno ele é ignorado pelo Nanook, né? Nanook, né?
You tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand.
É da inexistência, não?
We come from the fire and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy until all the kindling is burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground.
Mas lembrando que o caminho do personagem não representa o caminho da Lore, né? Talvez na Lore ela é da caça também.
From the beginning to the end. We are born to die just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created for the destruction.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn white.
Cara, tô doido pra ver aquela que parece uma marionete.
But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring purgatory with me there, and before that, I must surpass you.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator.
Todo mundo sabe que é emulador também. A Acheron é famosa, hein?
You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword.
Por que a escolha tá em branco, em negrito?
Remain here, bound to fight a
Acho que é a segunda vez que eu vejo nessa missão uma palavra em negrito.
This destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists.
Essa resposta do Duque bate bem. É de pessoa que precisa de uma terapia.
Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence. May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches of your bottomless dream.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but
O segredo da espada tem alguma coisa a ver com nos seus vídeos, né, de lançamento.
I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path.
Ó, agora ela desmentiu, hein? Ela não é da caça. Que todo mundo achava que ela seria da caça, né? Será que é por isso?
Be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world.
E hippie então o Duque, né?
I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
My time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
Ó, o Hélio. Quanto tempo a gente não ouviu falar dele?
Kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape.
Bom, vamos tentar identificar quais falas do Sen tem a ver com a vagalume, né?
However, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron hunters. That's all. Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise.
Aí ela tem a mente fragmentada, né? Ela fala que ela costuma esquecer as coisas. Ó, falando. Já desarmou sim a vagalume?
I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death,
Ah, mas todo mundo sabe.
burying the past and the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for her?
No need for that.
Valeu então, Miranda. Obrigadão aí pela presença, hein? Mas você não tá tomando spoiler, você tá vendo comigo. Aí na hora que você for jogar, você só sai clicando. Eu ainda vou ter que rever a história pra gravar o vídeo inteiro sem comentários. Vai demorar, porque nossa, 2 horas. E é bom que você já vai batendo papo comigo e teorizando. Olha lá, o Will vermelho, ó. Senta aí no sofá, para como se a gente estivesse vendo aí no sofá.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born with.
Também é um mistério saber qual que é essas duas versões da Acheron, né? Acho que ele fala que de virar cinzas é por causa da doença, né? Que a vagalume tem, que ela vai morrendo aos poucos.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
Temos que descobrir também o porquê que a gente deve jogar eu especulo, com o Sen com asas e o Sen boss é de propulsor de fogo.
But we never expected Miss Robin to...
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Preocupa não, História supera.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
Se não mencionou, porque não queria que soubesse, né?
Covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony's going to turn into
Viu? A Marcia é inteligente, gente. A Marcia é inteligente,
The
sacou.
murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to
As
control the
testemunhas é a
situation.
Esther, Cisne Negro e Acheron, né?
After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
Aquele ali não presta, o aventureiro está de olho na Acheron. Vamos lá.
Indeed. He was particularly concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
Claro que não, né? Eu sei que ele vai virar boss.
I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Isso mesmo, Rimeko.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy.
Aqui tá legado, deve ser o legado do relojoeiro.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate.
Será que o Buffy vai ser um desses personagens que foram contratados para investigar?
Family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally. We also
aliado
need to keep a
confiável,
certain
acho que o El te
distance from the
forçou.
family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. She's been bullied a few times
Gente
now,
fina em
and I can't
Penacone, né? A
stand
terra
it
das
anymore.
festividades tá mais a terra dos traíra. Tudo bem, vamos focar na situação geral primeiro. Tudo bem, eu também consegui bastante coisa dele. Tudo bem, você pode em fazer passar perrengue a hora que quiser? Não. Tudo bem, vamos focar na situação geral primeiro.
You're like a broken record. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Vamos colaborar. Sempre livre para fazer saltos para sua conta do jogo? Como assim? Olha, 100 mil crédito. Que amigo interessante, né? Receber esses créditos mesmo, eu não sei quantos créditos que eu tenho.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this
Nossa,
outcome.
3 lugares.
Let's tell
Para com
everyone about it.
Rimeco, Março e Welch.
Aventurine said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you. It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more suspicious.
O Aventurine tem outros planos, provavelmente ele está blefando.
Maybe
Bom,
Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. 2 birds, 1 stone. However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
ela é uma mulher muito gentil? Não, mais ou menos. Ela é uma mulher muito misteriosa? Muito. Ela é uma mulher muito poderosa? A gente não pôde ver, né? Estranho, eu não consigo lembrar. Vamos colocar estranho, não
That
consigo
fits the
lembrar.
stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open.
Nossa, que tanto de pergunta, hein, Rimeco? E se ele atacar o
An
hotel?
attack on the hotel
Acho que é meio difícil, né?
Unlikely. Penacony's guests include quite a few bigwigs known throughout the whole cosmos. People who not even the IPC would dare take lightly. Aventurine is a shrewd merchant, and there's no way he doesn't know that.
Vamos lá, será que ele vai atacar a família? Acho que o Aventurine é do tipo que ataca, né?
And it's just a matter of how. The harmony is strong in Penacony, and almost impossible to take on head to head. The fact that the IPC dispatched Aventurine
Ah, mas
shows
desde
that
quando a
they do
CPI
not
segue
intend to
protocolo,
simply
gente?
play by the book here.
Será que a CPI incomoda mais que o Nanook? Será que ele vai atacar a Acheron? Acho meio difícil, vai levar um
has
couro.
devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger, we know hardly anything about her and can't rush to any conclusions.
Será que ele vai atacar o Expresso Astral? Eu acho meio
I
difícil.
was also considering this possibility, especially because he respects
Não,
you
tá
so
respeitando
much.
não, tá querendo usar a
He has
Estelle.
sought you out
É
before a few
diferente.
times. Perhaps he's also unsure of your intentions and is probing you. I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to strike. Also, he's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
Agora falta conversa com a Março.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up. But I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually
Mas não
dead.
tá não, ela vai ser o banner.
But that she's still alive and well. Somewhere. That everything's just some horrible prank. Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this?
Ai, que você se engana, né, Março? Você não fez as missõezinhas de ver tanta gente problemática aqui.
Whenever I see the Grand Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head.
Você acha que a família está por trás disso tudo ou vamos devolver todos esses sonhos para o normal?
Yeah, of course. At times like this, we're so lucky to have our crew. The family and the IPC. Everyone has their own plans going on. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us were all outsiders from another world.
Agora, o verdadeiro plot seria descobrir que a Vagalume é a irmã da Março, porque, nossa senhora, que visuais parecidos.
But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himiko, what do you think?
Among our current clues, the two murders that she witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality?
Isso foi muito inteligente a remake agora. Mas acho que ele já sabe que a pessoa fica viva. Alguém disse isso, que eu me lembro.
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those and we can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem. I'll leave it to you then.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himiko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch.
A gente tem um zap... É mesmo, como o zap é enviado no mundo onírico? É estranho, né? Aí é a Sparkle.
Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Welt.
Is there something about my name?
Não é mesmo, eles falaram que teria alguma coisa
Don't you want to know my name?
diferente da ligação do Welt com a Acheron, né?
You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders. that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade. And that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Que buraco negro é esse que ela tá falando do Welch?
Intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane.
Ah, isso eu não sabia não, hein?
So you must
Isso é coisas
surely
do passado do
know,
Welch, do
Acheron,
outro jogo talvez.
that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
Ah, o Welch intimidando aí a
That shouldn't
Acheron.
be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it.
Nossa, mas
I think I've
todo mundo atrás desse legado relojoeiro.
Still
chato já, hein?
unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a
Falando
few
que a
words.
Acheron precisa de terapia.
Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions. Such as why the Astral Express is roaming
Olha lá, tá o
around the
Acheron
cosmos
de novo em
with
negrito. Terceira vez que tem negrito na missão. Em branco.
Is she okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
She's fine. Let's just stick with the topic. Gaining my trust depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together.
Aí já depende se acha que a família é
I think you've come
culpada
to
ou
the
não.
same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Ó, o Welch trabalhando sozinho,
By
ó.
the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck
Ó,
Up?
acorda pra cuspir.
No, 4 cups.
Que nome criativo que eles
Conversation coming
colocaram.
up will last forever.
Não, eu quero saber qual que é a conversa, hein. Tá pegante essa conversa.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams, only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she said,
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
Que é uma conversa entre a Acheron e a Cisne. Será que era o momento da dança?
the guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened?
Então a Cisne Negro tá querendo pegar coisas relacionadas a Acheron indiretamente para coletar memórias da Acheron. Cisne Negro é cabulosa.
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12.
Que é uma das 3 filhas do Duque, né?
I dedicate this to you.
Well done, Dubra.
A Dubra. Eu não lembro quem que são de nome assim. Cada um da gangue da aniquilação. Mas acho que a Dubra deve ser a com chifre.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
They sought refuge in a land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary.
Esse é o segundo que fala, hein, Jorge? Que o boss tá difícil. Vamos ver. É o Aventurine?
When have thou, on the path of destruction, feared death?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out. What happened?
Nó. Super legível essa
The
memória.
memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way...
Essa aí também tá top.
It's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... No. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of
Ó,
Recollection?
cremadores, um novo grupo. Primeira citação que eu leio sobre cremadores.
Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony.
Aí, ó, um dos filhos da como é que fala?
Unforgettable time together.
Do Duque.
But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet star, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you? I know what you're
A
looking
Dália, eu não lembro quem que é Dália.
for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Oh. A phone. Wanna listen in?
Irmão? Que irmão? Agora eu tô boiando, o Jorge.
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement. Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established, and shall take a legislative seat
Ah,
in the
vagalume.
Interstellar Congress.
O que você desconfia dela?
The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history, turning the sensational Kataka-Abjin extinction event into a distant memory.
Ah, você tá falando do Sunday. Tô confundindo com a vagalume. É a Robin. Ao Sunday tem alguma treta.
The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact from small-scale celestial objects.
Vamos ver se ele vai ser o banner com o C, né?
Very few intelligent species have made this planet their home.
Que já passou da hora, que até hoje não saiu nada de kit dele.
As they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness. They have developed their own folk beliefs that are independent of the Eon belief system.
Até agora ele nem deu as caras aqui. Sigônia. Sigônia é o quê? Tá, loirinho. Quem que é loirinho? É o Aventurini?
You lash us with wind and storm. You chew us up with the cracked earth. You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword of bitterness. Oh, Gaiathra Triclops, if thou can hear me.
É, porque esse deve ser o Aventurini, é o que eu chuto. Que o Gepard que não vai ser. Gepard já foi esquecido já.
When you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. And where my husband went, I too soon must go. I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep?
É aquele chinesinho de cabelo castanho das lives. Acho que é ele que cria tudo. Mas quando a empresa quer investir em algo bom, aí sai algo bom. Acho tão estranho, né? Você vê assim, tipo, a Rui fazendo história boa. Aí eu vejo o modo história do Street Fighter, do Mortal Kombat. Tudo mal feito de má vontade. Ó, de uma voz de uma menina. Ou será que essa voz da criança tá meio feminina, né? Embora crianças são dubladas muitas vezes por mulheres, né? Nossa, se esse for o Venturini e o nome dele for Gaiatra, é triste, melhor o Venturini mesmo. Tô meio confuso com essa cena aqui, eu não tô entendendo muito bem. Ah não, esse aqui eu acho que é o pai.
sent down a gift like this from Gayatra. Such a lucky child. Such a blessed child. Just like your name.
Nossa, muitos nomes. Tem muitos nomes que ela tá falando, essa moça aqui. Já tem meia hora e. Tá difícil. O CDZ tá normal ainda, nada muda. Ainda passo o vídeo do CDZ. Ah, então o Gayatra é alguma deusa que visitou ela.
Keep your blood eternally pulsing. Let your journey be forever peaceful. And your schemes forever concealed.
Lá, e seus estratagemas eternamente secretos. É uma coisa do Aventurine, né?
Welcome to this sad world, Kakavasha.
Mas vamos ver se o Aventurine vai ser essa criança abençoada.
Time to wake up, gambler.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back so soon. How is it? Find anything?
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony. Using a stand-in, I guess. They must be dreaming.
Olha quem deu as caras de novamente, né? O Rachel.
Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested
Ah, de novo em negrito, quarta vez que tá em negrito.
until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool and it's all as
Aqui,
if
ó, ele tá
everything
falando que
just
se morrer no mundo dos sonhos, acorda.
That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray. Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details.
Aqui ele tá falando do Aventurino, que agora ele sabe que vai ser a vagalume, né?
I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. Oh, she must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho.
Prendeu muito tempo, hein, Ninja? 3 anos jogando o mesmo jogo é muito tempo.
We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These two murders are definitely getting hushed up. What should we do? Let me think.
Você já gastou seus tiros na Acheron hoje, Jorge?
So, I gotta be careful.
Incredible, gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember?
Aí, ó, de novo em negrito, fazer amizade com o Mudinho.
Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony. If that girl hadn't gone
Aí a voz que ela faz no Supremo, eu também não gostei também não. Que a Robin faz.
Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could to meet her. But she died. Right before my very eyes.
A complete and utter loss. Incidentally, It seems to have resulted in your rather undignified arrival on the interrogation stand. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future,
Ó, o vigilante dos cães de caça é a galera que trabalha para a família, né? Pro Sunday, que o nosso Gallagher faz parte.
Starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback given how things are?
A probability? Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal. To phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony, you're dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate. That man wants to see you again.
Who?
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Fine. Well, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands.
Ele tava muito calmo, né? O Sunday falando da irmã morta.
Lead the way. The show is about to begin.
Esse modo história de Penacony tem muito texto, né?
The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Honkai Star system not long ago, and their synchronized orbital manor wasn't this heavily guarded.
Aqui já é um novo mapa, tem um baú ali.
Anomaly belongs to Sunday and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace these grounds in their lifetimes. Look around while you still have this moment of freedom.
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see.
Eles poderiam lançar missões separadas, né? A missão primeira semana, depois na parte 2 uma continuação. Nossa, fica muita coisa numa única missão.
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your tongue and let me deal with the members of the family.
Vitorine e dança macabra. Como assim? À medida que a história se desenrola, você terá a chance de progredir a história pelo ponto de vista de outros personagens. Ao entrar no ponto de vista de um personagem pela primeira vez, esse personagem será automaticamente posicionado em primeiro na sua equipe. Você pode conferir a interface das encruzilhadas do destino para ver quais pontos de vista de personagem cada missão em andamento ou missão concluída está. Se você precisar alterar seu ponto de vista para encontrar a história, você pode selecionar aqui para entrar no elenco do destino. Para mais detalhes, por favor, veja os tutoriais. Ok. Eu posso jogar com a Vitorine? E eles esconderam, cara, as informações da Vitorine. Gostei, ó. Ele deve estar com um D20 ali, ó. Será que tem inimigos aqui? Que é isso? São menino.
Hey, you two! That's a place of business. No entry.
I was requested by Mr. Sunday to bring him the suspect. My name is Ratio.
Is Rachel.
I should have mentioned it to you.
Oh, I remember you. toss ratio. Your punch virtual particle clock is impressive.
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared to my full pocket dimensional annihilating power armor of the Mobile Knights.
Right, and as I mentioned, that fantasy raiment of yours doesn't exist.
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family can see the glory of the Mobile Knights. Enough. Get going. Don't keep Mr. Sunday waiting.
It seems like the idiocy index here is no better than it is.
O Rachel, ele é tiradinho em todo canto, né? Pô, tá vindo pegar o baú.
The door is shut tight. Looks like we're on our own.
I mean, there isn't a door. How did you get in before?
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site deep in the dreamscape, with the mechanisms hidden in these nightingale statues. The direction of the statues can be controlled. On the previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had gone to the side room to verify something before setting the statues in the correct positions.
Well, maybe we should do the same. Let's go and take a look. Of course, we can also use brute force.
Vou pegar o baú aqui, né? Porque agora tem que ficar meio de engano, né? Porque a Acheron arrancou todas as jades de mim, porque o 50-50 parece que é 90-10, né? Não é 50-50 não. Eu não entendi quantos pontos de defesa eu tenho ali com a técnica do Aventurine, né?
This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
Tá, peguei 3. Pode usar. Ah, ué. Ah, a gente poderá usar o Aventurine, cara. Ah, não. Não temos que fazer uma play aqui com a Aventurine.
Sure, I'll play along.
Opa. Tá com os textos dele já tudo aqui. Nossa, vai rolar de fazer até uma análise dele aqui prévia, né? Vamos ver aqui, o ataque básico dele é uma bosta. A perícia fornece o escudo. Só que ainda não tem os multiplicadores aqui, né? Ganha um número aleatório de pontos de aposta. Causando dano imaginário. Quando golpeia inimigos com perturbação, aumenta o dano crítico. O supremo dele já tá falando que aumenta o dano crítico. Resistência ao peito aumenta em um único aliado. Em um único aliado? Tá. Pera aí. Quando o único aliado é atacado, a Aventurine acumula aposta cega. Quando a Aventurine possui apostas fortificadas, ele pode resistir à penalidade de controle. Ao alcançar 7 pontos de aposta cega, a Aventurine consome os 7 pontos para realizar um ataque extra causa dano imaginário. Leve a inimigos aleatórios que ricocheteia 7 vezes. Então o dano dele é aleatório. Não é dano em área. Usa a técnica, considerar 1 a 3 tipos de efeitos de bônus de defesa. Diferentes valores. Depois de entrar na próxima batalha, a defesa de todos os aliados aumenta no valor correspondido. Show. Ah não, o Gepard é trap ninja. Essa galera que você pega assim de trap, a maioria, só Brona que vale a pena e eu diria Clara e Welch. Só assim, o restante é triste. Dá pra usar, mas fica obsoleto depois os demais. Então tá. Deixa eu ver quanto de escudo que eu tenho aqui. Onde olha os escudos? Ah, aqui ó, 1245. Vou usar aqui. Tá, deixa eu pegar a calculadora aqui. 2.675 menos 1.245. Ele colocou 1.430 de escudo. Quanto que é a defesa do aventurino aqui? Defesa dele tá... Nossa, a defesa dele tá horrível. Quer dizer, não é que tá horrível, né? A meta dele é 4.000. Ele não tá com 4.000 ainda. Ah, mas beleza. Dá um stack aqui pra Acheron. Ah, eu nem vi o dano dele.
Free will, or was it fate? Still waters of oblivion.
We have the upper hand.
Tá, então vamos dar ataque básico. Pô. Dá ataque básico nela pra falar que ela nunca usou. Quero ver ele usar o ataque... Pô, já faleceu, cara. Como assim? Você tá muito forte, aventuras. Baú azul? O que é isso aqui? Tem um baú novo? Não entendi aquilo. Cara, eu já comecei com escudo, eu não ativei técnica nenhuma. Ó, deixa eu ver aqui, o escudo do Aventuras tá... 1353. É, cada um tem um escudo, né? Aí flopa. Ah, foi no Aventurino, menos 307. É, ele não tirou tanta tenacidade assim, mas ativou um aqui, né? Ó, então vamos usar o Supremo dele. Que vai aplicar mais uma penalidade aqui pra Acheron, vai de 7 pra 8. Foi. Ah, o dano dele, ó, tá flopado. Tá bem flopadinho, mas tá legal. Pô, eu não tô usando a minha perícia. E olha só, já tô com 1.500 de escudo. É como se ele aplicasse regeneração, cara. Muito roubado isso. Ó, se eu estava com 1.500, mais 1.300. Então vai ficar com 2.800? Ó, 2.700. Cara, tá muito show esse aventurino, hein? Tô gostando, tô gostando. Vamos acabar com esse povo aqui. Ah, beleza. Depois eu vou analisar mais aí o... Que é isso acontecendo que a galera tá transformando, hein? Cara, olha o escudo. O escudo do povo tá mais da metade do meu PV. Tá sem condições esse escudo. Nossa. Cara, aventurino só aí, ó. Pegando as minhas expectativas. Muito positivas. Aqui a gente tem que ver ele no mock e tal. Que aqui é inimigo fraquinho. Você passa automático, né? Tá, mas eu não vou ficar testando o aventurino agora não. Vou testar ele offline depois. Só pra terminar essa coisa aqui mais fácil. Foi. Fatality.
Six nightingales facing in different directions. An obvious hint?
But are these nightingales?
Não, é aquele lance, né? O sustain 5 estrelas ficam defasados desde que lançaram outros limitados, desde o Luchar, né?
Look more like torment eagles to me.
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales.
O que é Roxonóis?
Why am I wasting time with you on this?
Roxonóis é alguma espécie de pássaro ou tô viajando? Acho que aqui vai ter um puzzle, né? Ai. Será que aqui abre? Ué, abre? Porque eu nem sei onde eu estou. Mas depois eu investigo aqui. Tá, usa o botão para baixo para conferir os detalhes. Ó, então vou ter que um virado... Tá, é pra cá, então beleza. A imagem tá assim. Ó, esse daqui é virado pra trás. Nossa, eu tô quase me sentindo no xadrez bruxo. Aqui tá olhando pra parede. Esse tá certo, esse tá olhando pra frente. E esse aqui também olha pra frente.
Just as I thought. Here's the correct answer.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I should offer you the chance to join the Genius Society.
Não, precisa não.
Really?
Wait, precisa não.
Well, I thought you'd given up on that already.
I was being sarcastic. Can't you tell?
Ah, eu tenho dificuldade. Então, realmente eu não percebi que ele tava sarcástico. É porque o Dr. Wait é uma pessoa antipática, né?
Oh, impressive. So much for Mr. Sunday's reserved, virtuous image.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion looks, it'll not affect Penacony. Stop wasting your time nitpicking the family here.
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death. Sunday must have thought the same. Let's head down.
Pô, quebrou ali a estátua, velho. Judiação. Investigar? Bom, não vai dar nada, né? É imaginado. Fatality. Ah, eu gostei disso. Depois faço isso. Tô precisando de Jags. Eu ainda tô pensando se eu atiro na Jingliu. Talvez eu tente meu 50-50 nela. Não sei. Ah, não. Vamos explorar, não. Vamos só fazer a modo história aqui, que senão... Isso aqui é importante pra gente deletar os inimigos, né?
Hold on.
Huh? What's wrong? Are we heading the wrong way?
Não discuta com o Rage, tá?
But this door is locked.
Ele é tipo Batman.
My friend? Did you really make an appointment with him?
It's a trial. You got to prove your worth to Sunday before you can speak with him.
Importante, né? O Sunday.
We need to find a way to open this door in the hall or this place will be our prison.
Oh, an escape room. My favorite.
Get serious. I've no time for games. Let's head back. The hint is probably in that prominent sandpit.
Maquete.
That's an enormous sandpit. I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Once I have enough savings.
A maquete penacona. Ah, eu queria uma maquete assim, cara. Uma maquete de 1 metro quadrado assim ficaria top. Que até mesmo isso aqui não cabe no meu quarto, né?
Noticeable gap in the model. I believe you're right.
There wasn't a gap before. That man must have done it intentionally.
Aquele homem é que enche o raio de saco quando eles não colocam o nome.
Have any trouble recalling what was here last time, right, Doctor?
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
Stream 4.
Só fatality.
Found it. This is it.
Você achou o que, cara? Achei é isso. Isso é o que? Tá, deve ser isso daqui, né?
Stream 4. The gleam of blades.
Tem bastante inimigo, hein? Tem ponte técnica pra vocês tudo, não. Não vi nada, tem que voltar. Ah, tem ali. Tem um baúzinho aqui. Caramba, ela eliminou os inimigos assim. Isso daqui eu achei desnecessário. Poderia pelo menos deixar os inimigos mais bombados, né? Que tá protegendo o baú. Porque eles são mais fortes do que o normal. Mas isso aqui deve ser de alguma missão ou evento depois. O que é isso? Caixinha? Para um bate. Tá chegando o baú.
And the nameplate reads Gulliver's Arch. Well, I'm amazed you can remember something this tiny. You know, this reminds me of a tunnel I once saw that could shrink people who passed through it.
If I were you, I would shut my mouth. It's wise to remain silent when you should.
Gente, não tem como sair andando com o Dr. Rachel, gente. Eu tenho que fazer uma tier list de empatia. O Dr. Rachel estaria lá nos últimos. Inserir o arco do Gulliver na abertura. Chama Lego, né? Não pode falar.
I wonder if it's more interesting than stacking chips. Oh, look. The gap is closed. And it fits perfectly.
Ficou meio estranho, né?
So, what's next?
Ixi, mini aventurine.
Oh, good heavens. Did I drink? Am I still in a dream?
Indeed.
Oh, Doctor, you're huge. It's me! Down here! In the sand pit! Oh, actually, I think we could
E aí, profundo? Acheron. Acheron é mais OP, né? Ela é o novo patamar de DPS hoje. O ideal seria pegar as duas, né? Mas tipo, entre uma e outra seria aí a Acheron.
Let's find a way to open the door.
E o cara tá bugado ali? Ah, esse é um novo mapa. E o cara bugou ali mesmo, hein? Deixa ele ali quietinho. A gente tem inimiga aqui também. Ah, tem um tanto de gente bugada aqui, ó. Ah, esse aqui faleceu. Ah, que é aquela parte onde a gente faz os joguinhos. Parece que... É Penacone, né? Você lerdo, né? Só que aqui tá as pessoas bugadas. Ó, tem mais um crack aqui também. Mais aqui. Ó, tem um outro baúzinho aqui também. Ah, sério isso? E meus negócios já virou no máximo aqui, ó. Meu poder de desbravamento. Tem que gastar lá pra farmar o Gallagher.
Hello. Welcome to the I am an oak soldier. I will be here to guide you through the tour.
Você tá bugado.
And tell me about the tour.
Hello. Welcome to the Golden Hour base model. I am an oak soldier. I will be here to guide you through the tour of the base model.
Eu estava falando com você, me conte sobre o passeio, dá um chute.
Model. Happy to be of service. Generating guide. Please wait patient.
Ah, não, esse cara aí tem que dar 2 chutes.
Found the nearest check-in spot. Please look behind me.
Máquina de cápsulas. Eu não daria 5 estrelas, óbvio, né?
What's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? I didn't do a thing to it, Doc. You've got to be my witness.
E cortei o Dr. Wade, vida segue.
There's no mechanism on the floor. Could there be one at the top?
É só tacar um giz ali e pronto. Só quero ver se vai vir um cone.
I was right. These models have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one lives in them. Funny that Sunday puts a miniature that makes him seem like a giant by comparison, right where he can see it first thing in the morning. Insecure much?
Ah, a gente tem que pegar os quebra-cabeça. Mais um baúzinho aqui. Aqui já vai ter enemies aqui.
Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there. But it's Oh, great. There's another pinball machine base here. And it's empty too. Doc! I'll need your brain power again.
There's no need to yell, I can hear you. The pinball machine must be hidden somewhere in the hall, like the arch. Wait here, and I'll be back in a minute. Finally, a moment of peace.
De inimigo? Ah, vamos dar porrada em todo mundo, né? Ah, e a gente não tem uma Vitorine, né? Vamos ver se eu vou conseguir 100 aventuras aqui. Pô, Dr. Wade, você coloca penalidade aí, né? Eu deveria ter ativado o Supremo primeiro. Agora você sabe jogar. Deixa eu ativar uns extras aqui pra ela.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Como assim o cara virou o treco ali? É um inimigo novo? Não tô entendendo. Ai, virou um boss, velho. Ó, vamos ver se o Dr. Rich vai aplicar aqui uma penalidade. Ah, não. Ó, já apareceu.
There's more to life.
Still waters of oblivion.
É, pelo menos derrotamos os 3 ali sem sustain, então tem mais um, né? Pronto. Tinha mais um.
That's it. Pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
Desde que não pareça um boss, que eu tô com preguiça de mudar a equipe.
Oh, you're back. Just place it here. Thank you. Thanks, Doc.
Aonde tem que chegar aqui mesmo? Esqueci como usa isso, gente. Ah, sim, lembrei. Tô lembrando. Ah, tá aqui.
Horatio, you should come in here and take a look. The view here is breathtaking. Honestly, you could easily squash me with just a pinch.
If that is your wish, I will do so without a moment's hesitation.
Tá faltando só o... Tem que abrir isso aqui, tá, galera? Que isso aqui é o... Como é que fala? Os atalhos, né? Opa, volta. Como é que sai? Vou pegar aqui, ó.
All done. piece of cake.
Isso aqui é muito fácil. Opa. Então a gente vai voltar aqui. Eu não sei se tem mais um outro caminho aqui. Eu tô suspeitando que deve ter mais um caminho ali sobrando.
And the joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. Makes me feel sad. Penacony isn't all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table.
Será que ele vai ter os diálogos que nem a nossa lua prateada, que fala só de gacha, e ele vai falar só de jogos de azar?
It's a pity you made it out of the sandpit alive. Sunday is just beyond this door. From my limited understanding, he's not someone easily handled. Are you prepared?
Yeah. Only I believe he's the one who should be prepared to face me.
Tell me about your plan.
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear. There are only two kinds of bargaining chips when dealing with people. Benefit or fear.
Looks like sincerity isn't in your dictionary.
Am I not sincere enough? There's no need to emphasize it. We've got to make good use of death. That man's sister is dead. He won't be able to turn a blind eye, and that's fear. And I'll help him find the murderer. He can't do it due to his status and position, but I can. And that's benefit.
On what basis do you believe he's incapable, necessitating the delegation to someone from a rival faction? The IPC?
Simple. Because that murderer could very well be a traitor hiding inside the family.
Do you mean the Galaxy Ranger whom you accused previously?
That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman. We need someone who can keep her in check. It's better to minimize the variables outside our control while we execute our
Cara, ele tá cismado com o Acheron até o fim, né?
Moreover, I need to know her identity. If I'm lucky. She could be an important pawn. And it's good to have more helpful friends when dealing with this man.
Agora, os olhos do aventurino eu não curti tanto, não. Esse
Honestly, the murder
roxo,
case
sei
is
lá.
likely unrelated to her. I believe my standpoint. There's a rat in the family. Otherwise, why would Mr. Sunday arrange a private meeting with us? This isn't an interrogation, but a secret negotiation. We'll see. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll win back my freedom and power. In the end,
Se eu não me engano, ele fala aqui de liberdade porque ele meio que é obrigado a trabalhar para a CPI. Mas não tenho certeza. Que ele era tipo preso e a CPI contratou ele para fazer essa missão de Penacony. Alguma coisa assim.
The charming audacity. To think that you, of all people, might emerge victorious, dear gambler.
3 chips are enough. All or nothing.
Pegar o baúzinho aqui, tá, Sander? Liga não.
It seems my puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC ambassador.
Agora a gameplay do Sunday, que deve ser um cara bem estranho. Fico imaginando que talvez ele nem vira personagem jogável. Todos os personagens que parecem que estão bem construídos pra ter gameplay, só o Sunday que não tem.
Before we speak, I need to test your character. I imagine this knowledgeable doctor friend of yours has been of great help, yes?
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do. He's already faithfully fulfilled his duties, hasn't he?
Yes, the doctor has assured me of your noble character. He considers you, like himself, a virtuous person who can be trusted by the family. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, and willing to cooperate. The fact that you succeeded in overcoming many obstacles just to meet me gave me the reason to believe in your wisdom and courage. But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person and put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be, witnessing a tragedy that shouldn't have happened.
Pra ter telepatia, como você sabe?
Am I making you anxious? If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious accusation against the family.
Eles estavam ouvindo tudo pelas câmeras.
For depravity is creeping in around you. Well, there's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been out of tune since she returned to Penacony. What's more disheartening, she can't sing anymore. Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but I know you hold a different opinion.
Um forasteiro, será que isso poderia ser o Buffy? Acho que não, hein?
You're feeling anxious because you're out on a limb. But don't worry, I'm on your side.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine. Since you're so selfless and generous, I believe you wouldn't ask for anything in return, would you?
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty and the personal items under the family's custody, the bag of gift money, and...
Ah, se não me engano, ele era preso em Penacony.
That's right.
O Aventurine. Porque ele tá pedindo as coisas de volta.
I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the Preservation Emanator, granting significant power, and every liquidation specialist holds one. For an object so precious, it probably comes at an even higher price than other forms of recompense.
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking to bring the truth to light.
Mr. Aventurine, when you're out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with the tips of your shoes.
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. You should make sure everything is presentable and in order before leaving the house. I'm not the kind that takes risks. The cornerstone must be in the custody of the family.
No room for negotiation?
Please, don't let me turn you down twice.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a
Ah, essa bolsinha deve ter alguma coisa valiosa por ele querer tanto ela.
Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. I can give you your gift money, but before that, I want you to tell me. The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to
Ó,
fabricate
manipulação mental, hein?
vows.
What have you done?
Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next,
E o Dr. Rachel só fica
you
lá de
have
fundo vendo.
113 seconds to prove your innocence and gain my trust.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try, and we'll see if the harmony rejects you. Question. Do you own a
O
corner?
que seria o alicerce? Porque tá com A maiúsculo.
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to poverty. Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Não.
Yes.
Ah, errei.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Sim.
Yes.
Dentro da
Is your memory
caixinha.
free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of Recollection?
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes.
Ah, virginiano é a raça.
You even know about that?
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
No. Does it matter?
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Yes.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
No.
Are you your clan's sole survivor?
Perhaps.
Do you hate and wish to destroy this world with your own hands?
I don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine Stone is safe and sound in this box?
Of course.
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. It's your last chance to defend your honor. Please.
E perdeu.
Are these what you're looking for? Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What makes you think you can convince me?
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner who sees the pursuit of knowledge above all.
Até agora eu não entendi porque o Dr. Rachel tá nesse rolê todo.
Realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more vital matters for the sake of petty pride.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellar.
Ele quer saber sobre Stellar.
You must be quite aware that, besides the family, no other faction is willing to share such information.
Cut to the chase. What do you need from me?
I need Mr. Aventurine's comprehensive plan.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing together in the interests of the IPC.
You'll have to speak more clearly than that.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine surrendered. Was it really his?
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone. The 10 Stonehearts aren't as united as you think. Cornerstones are significantly more precious to them than their very own lives.
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it, the more cautious I must be.
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should
Alguém falando que alguém precisa finalmente de um psiquiatra. Sensato o Rachel, finalmente.
Containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members can access it. But I happen to be among them.
I appreciate it.
Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to that of Klepoth's
Klepoth
body.
é um Wayne, se não me engano. Esqueci quem é.
He intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 Stonehearts chisel their own will into the cornerstones, granting them an unparalleled radiance. And this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not Adventurine. And it belongs
Então a Topaz deu a pedra dela pra Aventurine. Como assim? O que a Topaz arrumou?
Do you wish to confront him?
Not at the moment. I'm more interested to know the location of his cornerstone.
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that cornerstone has been in your hands from the very beginning.
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone, more precious than life itself, with a bunch of worthless jewels, disguised as a gift of money waiting to be confiscated, is indeed in line with Mr. Aventurine's style.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money. This is a gamble, one he's all too familiar with, betting on your single misstep, leading to a total loss.
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. The family will surely reward a righteous person like you. As for the villain, I hope he retreats in humiliation. It was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your storied career.
Ratio, you wretch.
Coitado Aventurino, todo mundo fica tirando ele, passa ele pra trás.
Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live. Treasure your remaining time, and savor the delectable aftertaste of defeat.
You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly.
What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering nothing but falsehoods, transforming the consecration into a trial. I genuinely see no reason to absolve you from it.
Is this what the Harmony represents? But is it built upon constraint and coercion?
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent. But I have seen your resilient spirit, and thus I offer you the possibility of a new beginning. Throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape the dreamscape, or contact any of your companions. You only have 2 paths before you, and it all depends on whether you can complete my test within the time limit. Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the Harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the Eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge the evil from the inside and bring the real culprits to justice within 17 system hours. When the time comes, compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grant you mercy and honesty.
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is achievable without it.
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this bag of worthless jewels for everything you need. That's what gamblers excel at, isn't it? Off you go, Mr. Aventurine. You are free. I will wait here for your good news.
E esse pássaro, hein? Quem que deve ser?
Interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright execution.
Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine? I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out. That's all. By the way, before you go, I have a personal question.
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Kakavasha! Where did you go? Are you...
Será que a Kavasha aqui é o Aventurine?
I got it back, sister.
Irmã?
You went to look for them? That's too dangerous. It's just a necklace. It's neither food nor water. We can survive without it. But I can't live without you, little brother. Promise me not to look for those catechins again, okay?
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but I'm smart. I
I played a game with them.
É, eu acho que o nome verdadeiro do aventurino é Akabashi. Que nome?
What happened exactly? Tell me. I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me. Who will die first? I won. They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won fair and square. Of course you'd win. You've always been a lucky child. Gaiathra Triclops must be watching over you. But that's no reason to push your luck by going up against those bloodthirsty, cruel catechins. Have you forgotten how Mom and Dad... Look, this is just a necklace. But Kakavasha, you are my only family. I'm sorry, sister. I thought you'd be happy. Because Mom left you this necklace.
Eu acho que quando ele falou que ele seria o último sobrevivente, ele falou talvez ele não sabe se a irmã dele perecer ou não.
Is important, but not as important as you, my dearest brother. I don't blame you, but you must remember what Mom said. Pain and poverty are the trials of Gaiathra Triclops. She has also granted us a chance. And that's your good luck, Kakavasha. Your good luck is the most precious wealth we, all Avgin, have. You're a child blessed by Gaiathra Triclops and can lead the clan to happiness. So always remember to protect yourself and never resent the pain and poverty you're going through, all right? Listen to me and swear to Gaiathra Triclops. Okay. We'll swear to Gaiathra Triclops to protect this wealth. But sister, if Gaiathra Triclops was really watching over us, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the Catechins' land only to prepare for Gaiathra Triclops' offerings. And where was Gaiathra Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness under her breath until the moment she closed her eyes. Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. If every rainpour was Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness and grace, then how bad were our sins? So much so that we were born in this world of death?
Voltamos a jogar com Stelle.
Excuse me. I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives. The photo you provided also doesn't show any matches.
Just as I thought. I'd like to ask, what kind of traces do people leave when they enter a dream?
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment will monitor physiological indicators such as heart rate, blood oxygen levels, and body temperature in real time. This data will be included in statistics and handed over to the family for the screening of any data anomalies. Immediate action will be taken once any illegal behavior is detected.
Podemos acessar esses dados. Parece que vocês estão vigiando todo passo que a gente dá. Vamos lá, vamos ver o que eles respondem aqui.
The hotel does not have access. This information is managed by the Bloodhound family.
Então vou conversar com o Gallagher, né? Peguei ele no banner.
Looks like nothing can be found here.
At least we know who to look for next. We can ask the Bloodhound family for information. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie. By the way, is Miss Robin doing fine? We are looking forward to her performance.
Fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin? The preparations for the Charmony Festival have been proceeding smoothly, so I guess things are pretty good. I believe she will be able to put on a spectacular show for all of you.
I'm sure. Sure enough, no one knows about Miss Robin. I'm not surprised.
Se soubesse, já estaria um caos aí, né?
Firefly is truly mysterious. There's no information on her in the hotel system. Even if she's a stowaway, she should have a disguised identity after entering the planet. She's also in the running for the legacy. How is she going to sneak into the dreamscape unnoticed?
Is there any other way to enter a dream? Besides the hotel room's dream pool?
O Jardim da Recordação, os Caçadores de Estela.
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. In the memory zone of Penacony, they thrive effortlessly, a fact proven to us by Black Swan. The hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the Dreamscape Hotel's seal. According to the scene witnessed by her, it is likely that they are behind Miss Firefly's case.
The Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunters. Both are possible, but what about the IPC? Since they want Penacony all for themselves, they're bound to have a plan.
Who are you guys?
The Bravo team has arrived at their designated position.
Armed evacuation?
What do you know? It's more efficient this way. Just don't let the director find out.
Isso aí são a galera da Topas, né?
Understood.
Help me! I spent all my year-end bonus on the snowball! I don't want my name on the department's major disciplinary notice!
Hey, check it out! That voice. Could it be the IPC workers from Belobog?
To all guests, the IPC will be conducting special operations within the hotel. Please follow the staff in charge of evacuation to the designated safe zones, or compulsory measures will be enforced.
Olha quem apareceu, gente.
You've been told not to drink during work hours. Take him back to the hotel room. I'll organize a meeting later to properly go over how this incident report should be written.
Miss Topaz? I never thought I'd run into you on Penacony.
E o bom que ela apareceu aqui que pode rolar de 1 a 1, né? Já que ela combina com a Aventurine.
Aventurine has told me a lot about your happenings. Huh? It's fine. Do as they ask and try to avoid any conflicts with the family. Report to me before taking any action. Yes, all right. As you see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony. Cordiality from the family is a mere facade. The former frontier prison has turned around and cuffed its shackles on the IPC staff now. Only Aventurine, who carries an invitation, is allowed to attend the banquet. An entourage like us, we can only sit around in the reality hotel, unauthorized to even enter dreams.
No wonder Aventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone. The IPC can't back him up in the dreamscape.
His situation isn't optimistic, I hear. You're all helping to investigate some dirt on the family, are you not? Let me know if you need anything outside the dreamscape. The IPC always treats its partners well.
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds to verify some intel. Perhaps you've had dealings with them?
Yep. They're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them? It'll take the spotlight off me. Being constantly stared at is really uncomfortable.
Esses são os dois também policiais que abordaram a vagalume.
How does it feel to be in business with Aventurine? I bet you're not used to it. That's just his style. All or nothing is his mantra. He's always cozying up to his clients while egging them on to undertake some dangerous assignment with him. But everyone has their merits, so I won't comment further. But Aventurine's luck has always been good. He's always closed all his cases without a hitch and basically never lost a gamble. Which is why, on the issue of retaking Penacony, I'm watching with keen interest.
Ele é bom assim, só absorve quando o interesse de todos estão alinhados.
Of course. It's business after all. What's important is where you're seated at the table. As for the two cases, apologies, but I don't have much info on them either. All I can do is ask you to keep digging for more details.
We're carrying out our captain's orders. What do you want?
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else. Surveilling the IPC executive Topaz, ensuring that she stays put at the Reverie Hotel during her time on Penacony. We've got the right one this time.
So that's it. They were the pair who were after Firefly at the time.
It's you again. Back for more trouble? We're not afraid of you this time.
Ó, integrante descuidado, integrante comportado. Que nome bacana.
So you know each other. Why do you keep running into people you've beaten up before?
Tem assuntos para resolver com seu capitão. Cadê ele? Eu preciso que vocês encontrem um registro para mim. É um assunto oficial. Quando é a nossa hora do almoço, estou varado de fome. Encontrar com Gallagher.
We're investigating a murder for the family. Can we speak to your captain about the case?
Well...
Hey! The security officer instructed everyone to shut their traps before he returned from Dream's Edge. What murder? You'd better stop spouting nonsense.
Yeah, that's right. We have nothing to report. Please leave.
Looks like they're not going to cooperate. But they did at least tell us that the captain is at Dream's Edge.
E aí, Teresa, seja bem-vinda. Como é que você tá?
It's probably Gallagher, the one she mentioned, right?
Eu tô aqui há horas tentando finalizar esse modo história aqui. Que modo história gigante. Deixa eu ver se tem algum refraus aqui pra quebrar. É nenhum visível, então vamos teleportar aqui.
Such tight security. I bet they're stumped by the case as well. Gallagher. Gallagher. Where could he be?
Vai achar ele. Ó, falando nele aí, apareceu o moço.
Apologies. The Bloodhound family is running an investigation up ahead. No unauthorized personnel allowed. Hold on a minute. I think I've seen you before. The gray-haired one.
How much trouble have you stirred up exactly on Penacony?
A Stella, ela é bem... Passa o taco em todo mundo.
Not possible. It was you the last time, yelling about some clockwork friendship while beating me up with that silver-haired girl. I'm not letting you get by this time. Please leave, or I'll have to get on my knees and beg you.
Huh? What kind of heinous crime have you committed now?
Ele só não queria deixar a gente passar, né? Aí a gente passou por cima dele.
Documents authorized by the family that would aid your investigation. If it wouldn't trouble you, could we see this Mr. Gallagher?
Who exactly is this Gallagher you keep talking about? There's been a few people mentioning this name. Even the one with the gray hair.
He didn't send you all here?
It was the security officer who dispatched us. That's all I can divulge.
He'll do. He's the one we've been looking for.
Sorry, no can do. The boss said that since it's a matter of the family's reputation, no one's allowed through. Everyone, please leave. There's really no need for us to make things difficult for each other, right?
We're really sorry for troubling you. Let's think of another way.
O Gallagher tava ali em cima, gente. Cadê ele?
Another way. That's it. Didn't they say something about that? What was it? Clockwork? That got this guy to change his mind. Can you perform it again? That, clocky magic.
O Gesso tá com a mão coçando, mas eu não posso abusar disso pra fazer maldade. Então vamos lá. O Gallagher tá ali, ó.
Sorry, no can do.
Tá, fui barrado.
Sorry, no. Everyone, please leave.
Ah, sempre é feliz normalmente.
Let me see what time it is now. Whoa, it's this time already. What? Time to clock out. And no one's gonna stop.
Encerrando o expediente é assim, né, filho? Nem bate ponto e vaza.
This clockwork trick of yours, it's kinda dangerous.
At least he won't be getting in our way again. Let's go find that Gallagher and ask him the intricacies of the case.
Vamos.
I was wondering what all the commotion was. Huh. Oh, it's you guys. Welcome. Since you made it here, what can I do for you?
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir. Judging from your tone, it sounds like you were expecting us.
Miss Himiko, you're too polite. There's no need to call me sir.
Mr. Gallagher, you even know my name.
Of course I do. You folks are from the legendary Astral Express and honorable guests of the Watchmaker. I had an encounter with this lady in the Golden Hour. I remember that little silver-haired girl was there too. I'm sorry for what happened.
Ótimo, tá até sabendo, hein? Foi exatamente isso que a família mandou a gente investigar. Também sentimos muito.
This is also the reason why we've come to visit you, Mr. Gallagher. The Express can't just overlook the death of that child. So we've decided to help the family get to the bottom of it, in the hopes of getting justice for her.
The Nameless involved with the family. What an unpredictable twist of fate.
Why? What's wrong with the family?
It's nothing. On Penacony, everyone loves the family. No matter how much one resists the beautiful dream, when the time comes, they too will find it hard to let go. Who wants to leave a warm nest? Just idiots, little kids, and inebriated fools.
Mr. Gallagher seems to be getting at something.
Well, you got it wrong. I'm not.
Eu também não entendi também
You
não.
want to discuss the case? Sure, come with me. This is not a good place to talk. Let's go elsewhere.
Até agora a gente nem jogou com a Acheron, né?
Even after that
Falando
chilling
nela.
tragedy, this dream is still running effortlessly. Other than the family of the Harmony, it's hard to imagine any other power in the universe that could sustain a building of such magnitude.
The family itself is a huge, perfect building, like a living idol. Each member of the family sees themselves as a piece of the divine puzzle, revolving around a singular core and a shared ideal. Under their command, they loyally fulfill their roles, offering themselves while also receiving sustenance in return.
Interesting analogy. Perhaps that's why Penacony's beautiful dream has persisted for so long.
But the human body has its limits, and so does the divine's.
That doesn't sound like the kind of comment a Galaxy Ranger would make.
Just pointing out the facts. Mr. Yang will definitely have a better sense of what's going on than I do.
Why do you say that, Miss Acheron?
The beautiful dream is crumbling. But not because of a particular eon, a particular faction, or a particular visitor. Its collapse stems from a certain inevitability of human nature. The family refuses to acknowledge this, and it has ultimately backfired and become a catalyst. As people immerse their souls in the dreamscape, where consequences and pain cease to exist, and only ease and pleasure prevail, they draw closer and closer to necrosis. Regardless of the perceived bliss, death
Muito poético que tá,
looms as the
Acheron.
inevitable conclusion. Also, this necrosis will diffuse and spread. One piece of the puzzle's mutation will eventually cause the entire building to shake, break, and crumble.
In the end, the dreams that people built in the name of freedom became the cage that imprisoned them. I'm sure you've gained a lot from this trip, Miss Acheron. Are you willing to share your findings with me?
Of course. That's if I remember. Don't mind me. It's just a habit. Owing to events in the past, I've become easily forgetful. It's only when this sword is unsheathed that those hazy memories start to become clearer.
Take your time.
That should do it. I vividly remember everything that occurred on Penacony. Ask away.
Sobre o momento da alvorada, que eu nunca ouvi
Moment of
falar.
daybreak. I've heard that's where the Dawn Factory, which processes the foundation of the dreamscape, is located.
Behind the dreamscape song and dance stand many imagination factories. Workers create all kinds of whimsical works day in and day out in their dreams. Then they return to reality and sleep on a narrow bed in a room. A far cry from luxury. They say it will suffice. Experiencing the bizarre and motley dreamscape is the best reward. There I encountered a young woman who had just come of age. The perfect time to indulge in beautiful dreams. Her greatest wish was to one day move to the golden hour and see the magnificent garments she had woven with her own hands. For certain reasons, her wish was difficult to fulfill. But I managed to bring her a garment.
Sobre a Hora de Ouro.
Hour, it's said to be Penacony's currency center.
Yes. It is a fortress-like financial city, the economic heart of the dreamscape. The Pepeshi people of the Alfalfa family are there to keep it running, sending blood that is made from money everywhere on Penacony. Everyone there is exquisitely dressed and always in a hurry. The greatest wish of the local Pepeshi people is for their future generations to work in the Gilded Hour. I've never met anyone who is willing to talk. I could only stand at the crossroads, watching crowds of people hurrying like the wind through the jungle of steel, only to deposit the alfalfa credits that they'd earned into the bank's vault. I don't know if they would open the vault door, but before I left, I witnessed a well-dressed Pepeshi person plummet from the sky, while those around him continued on their way, unfazed.
Sobre a Hora Azul, não
I
tem Hora
hear
de Ouro, Hora
the
Azul.
Blue Hour is very romantic. Do you have any tales to share?
Perhaps Mr. Yang has heard. There is a large boat called the Eventide, anchored along the Sea of Dreams, where soft music and dancing persist endlessly every night. I ran into a wizened lady there. She was at the dock, waiting for her long-departed lover to return, waiting for countless hours within time that stood still. In the humid sea breeze, she spoke of her own youth. Like many who desired wealth and love, they came to Penacony to pursue their dreams. Alas, her lover's consciousness was lost in the dark depths of the Sea of Dreams. Finally, she suggested we continue our conversation on a boat in the shallows. I agreed and boarded the boat with her. But she never said anything. Her eyes absent-mindedly gazing at the horizon for what seemed like forever. Finally, we retreated to the beach.
Sobre o momento do crepúsculo. Ah, tem muita coisa, né? Que eu não sei o que eles estão falando de relevante até agora nisso, mas tudo bem.
Then you all must have seen those who are attempting to realize their dreams. Or have realized them. Scattering money as if it were dust and betting it on all or nothing. Everything has a price. And everything can be bought or sold. Even dreams themselves. I saw an Intellitron there, who was preparing to auction himself. When someone wins a bid, under stipulated periods and rules, he would do the buyer's every bidding, becoming that person's very possession. That Intellitron had been auctioned off a dozen times, and I participated in his 13th. That was the grandest banquet I had ever attended. But never again did anyone cast another glance at him. This time around, there were no successful bids for him. This is what I've seen and heard along the way. Someone once said to me, Penacony wasn't like this a long time ago. Nor should it be. I've traveled through the reality and dreamscape of the planet of festivities. Watched the tides of night rise and fall when time stopped for people. Where the spirits of the rich and impoverished remain forever fixed on their own scales. This is why I think the collapse of the beautiful dream is inevitable.
There might be a way to change everything.
Perhaps. But if this is indeed the world that people desire, if this is precisely why life chooses to slumber, should we still seek to change it?
Miss Acheron, now it's my turn to share a story with you.
Nossa, mas eles vão falar quantas horas ainda? Já tô querendo terminar a missão já tem mais de 2 horas.
Grappling with deep, unhealable pain, made a choice. He wove together the dreams of everyone in the world, linking people's dreamscapes, and shouldered this burden himself. From this, he created a giant, a spiritual atom. And since that moment, the giant stood between heaven and earth, becoming the pillar of the world's existence. As a price, those who found it hard to move forward, who could not advance, forever lost their future. They slumbered in a dream, devoid of disaster and pain, living out their days peacefully in the man's created utopia. And it is because of the wishes of those people who wished not to awaken that this spiritual atom became unbreakable.
And yet, you stand here right now, which also means that man failed.
Because people must always move towards the future. Even if human weaknesses make them pause when they truly cannot move forward, humanity will eventually seek a way to save itself. And that man he was never a failure. Like everyone in that world, he etched the possibilities of human nature into his heart. He was the sun chaser of legend, soaring towards the sky and embracing his final victory with his fall. He ascended to heights uncharted, only to come face to face with the sun, a place not visited by anyone before. His wings would melt because of it, only for him to fall into the sea, and after that, countless others would surpass him, soaring to even greater heights.
A fitting metaphor for the Nameless's trailblazing spirit. Thank you, Mr. Yang. I know what you wish to confirm. The universe has innumerable similar, yet different worlds. In these worlds, there are innumerable people who look alike, yet don't. I too have embarked on journeys, encountering old friends with familiar faces on different worlds, witnessing their destinies follow paths similar to mine. So I will tell you, even if not completely similar, the story you just told, it overlaps with my past, and within that abyssal dream, I ended that man's life, alone. I am not who you think I am, nor will my home be as fortunate as your world.
I am sorry.
It's fine. I don't mind, so long as I can alleviate your suspicions.
There's something I still wish to know, Miss Acheron. Under that representation of the hunt, exactly what sort of power is it that has motivated your solitary journey thus far?
Mr. Yang, before answering that question, I wish to continue the previous topic. I like your analogy very much. Indeed, birds are born to fly. But in a distant past, their ancestors could only gaze at the sky in envy. They saw that faraway ray of light from above the heavens, piercing through the clouds and blanketing the earth. And so, time and time again, generation after generation, the birds spread their wings and took to the sky, attempting to touch its ceiling, all because the sun was there. Then, what if the last bird finally soars into the sky, only to realize that the end of the light is not the sun, but darkness? Then why, exactly, do we even walk towards the light?
Ó, finalmente, né? Finalmente, tá quase dormindo com tanto que eles estavam falando. Gente, ela tem um coração igual o Aventurine e o Lunai. Ah, esse aqui deve ser o cara do violão, se não me engano. Violino, sei lá. Ah não, você fala de bala, pode ser... Ó, o Buffy.
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts to someone who's tracking Acheron too. Who are you?
Huh? Did I make a mistake? Who the heck are you?
I'm the Garden of Recollection's memo keeper.
Gente, ó o Buffy.
Not bad. This is the kind of tough challenge I like. You that imposter's bodyguard? Never mind.
Ó, o Buffy tá chegando aí, hein, galera. O Buffy tá chegando aí.
So get that forehead clean
Já dando spoiler aí do motivo que ele tá chegando aqui em
I don't know
Penacony.
what you're talking about, but you know Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger, yes? I have something to ask you.
Are you asking me to write your will? Sure. Go ahead.
Not quite. I only want to ask, how exactly did she become a Galaxy Ranger?
Aí vem um plot, ela não virou.
She's clearly not a path strider of the hunt, but you are, aren't
Aí,
you?
ela falou que é caça, a gente sabe que o buff é da caça.
What's Acheron's deal?
Sure. Heck, never thought I'd come across an ally. What a stroke of luck. Well, I'll be on Penacony soon. Memo keeper, go buy a bottle of Donna's white oak and warm it up, and I'll raise a glass to you. That lady's passed. Well, nobody knows. But if all you want is a simple answer, sure, you best get a chair and take a seat. That woman, named Acheron, is an emanator who should not exist.
Por que não deveria existir? Corta assim o assunto, é? Eu, hein?
You look pale. Or is that also part of your act?
I didn't think you'd have the nerve to show yourself.
I thought this was exactly what you wanted. After all, I faithfully fulfilled my duties as you instructed.
Esse Dr. Rachel também,
Tell
viu?
me
Tá
if you
difícil.
can't hold on any longer.
Ele não sabe que lado que ele fica.
The genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my undertaker now. My, what an honor.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure the people at the Strategic Investment Department would love to be notified of your death in due time. But let's not forget, you won't be seeing them, because I'm the manager of this task.
Great. Then tell your people that Aventurine is ready to go in 17 system hours.
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve. How exactly do you plan on completing your task while your hands are tied by the harmony?
Well, my conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family, and that they hold the secrets of Penacony. So, I took the opportunity to set everything in motion. I even managed to recover the gift money. Things haven't gone this smoothly since I walked through the doors of the Reverie. Now I'm only one step away from victory. Let's just wait and see.
Sounds like a very elaborate way of saying that you failed.
Ai,
That's all
a originalidade do Dr. Rachel é
You've
ótima.
forgotten, Doctor. You betrayed me. Go. Do what you must. I look forward to the sight of the IPC fleet surrounding Penacony. You've achieved what you desired, haven't you?
That's true, but what's your plan? Did you conceal an orbital support beacon in that gift money bag?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm handing out cash even when I'm about to bite the dust.
You are indeed a gambler. An insane one at that.
Well, maybe I am. Who knows?
Fine. Here, take this. Open it when you're on your last legs.
Será que esse aqui é o item que vai fazer ele ficar mais forte, virar boss?
Medical advice? You catch on pretty fast, Doctor. pace without giving a single clue. How typical of you, you wing-headed scoundrel. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway, it's just as I guessed it would be. As for now, let the rain of wealth from the IPC fall evenly on everyone.
Tá de novo jogando com a Venturine? Tá, distribua as joias e procure pistas. Tá, primeiro fala com esse crítico de filme.
The world has truly lost its way. You wait. I get it now. This is some sort of prank show, right? You must have some cameras set up around here to film yourself doing good deeds.
O cara surtou, hein?
You youngsters are always looking for a quick way to get an audience. But you know what? A truly great show never comes easy.
A great show will start soon, old man. But before that, I need to ask you something.
Ah, I see. Another fearless youngster looking for death, huh? Well, let me give you a piece of advice. Death? Not even remotely innovative. I bought it from Dr. Edward. The effects were awful. First, some monster covered in eyes stabs you in the gut. And then all you see are blurry glimpses of buildings and lights. The sky was spinning so fast it almost made me puke.
Is that...
Yeah, what else can you expect? Don't put too much stock in the Penacony movie industry. They even call this junk groundbreaking.
What a joke. Well, a monster covered in eyes. That sounds like the Memory Zone meme. But buildings and lights... I can feel something inside my head.
Would you be willing to support my performance?
Não.
Wow, how fabulous! But why would you give such a wonderful gift to a random stranger like me?
Dinheiro infinito.
You see, I can't bear to see.
Nossa, chamar a menina de pobre? Como assim?
That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much, sir. If you ever get the chance...
Sure thing.
Death? That's...
Oh, you see, I'm a...
Ixi, tá bugando agora, não sei se é o jogo ou se...
Tabloid...
Acho que ah, o jogo começou a travar aqui, ó. Mas voltou.
But there have been some rumors about a guest at the reality hotel who fell into a deep sleep and didn't wake up.
Ah, como assim? Como assim?
It was like they were in some sort of coma. Nobody knows what caused it, but luckily the customer eventually regained consciousness. Well, all customers are under the protection of the family after all.
Thank you. This will make for a very juicy headline. Unexplained coma. That's actually what happens to your body if your brain dies in a dream, but...
Ah, é por isso que a Robin não faleceu.
The disturbing voice in my head. It's getting closer.
Take care, my friend. If you ever find yourself in danger...
E agora por isso é corrupto.
You don't look good, my friend. If you need assistance, I can...
That won't be necessary. I have some business to attend.
All right, then. If you ever need help...
Well, actually, I do need a favor.
Stowaways? How could there be
All right. What was I even thinking? Does everyone have to go through so much torment before joining the family? Darn.
A sip of liquor, a blissful reprieve, to drown 1,000 sorrows.
Oh?
Or are you just pitying me? Well, it really doesn't matter.
You really shouldn't drink so much Soul Glad, my friend. It's not good.
Oh.
Ó, falando que felizarmo não faz bem pra saúde, que tiração.
Maybe I really should quit.
The devil of Soul Glad.
They say it loves to appear to drunk people.
Yeah.
Nossa, mas que tanto de gente pra conversar, credo. Até com criança.
You want to talk to me? Huh. Wealthy people have fancy ways to enjoy this. So, are you trying to be the prince from the tape?
I'm flattered. I'm no prince, and I just...
Another curious soul. I see. Well, that...
How did your boss talk you out?
Well, she simply said, covering baseless urban legends like that would make us look like some third-rate tap. I thought about it, and she had a point. Reporting on stuff like
guess she's got a point.
Pauzinho aqui.
Were you wanting to talk? Is this?
Yes, it's...
Is this for real? Someone is actually giving...
No, it's not much.
I knew it.
Neither.
Oh, you sound just like my father. He's an Intellitron, so his dream entry methods are different from us organics. Can't count on him to protect me if something does go haywire.
Hey, stay positive.
Ninguém tá sabendo, não.
Soul Glad, dangers in the dream, and nightmare.
Ele só tá dando aí as joias aleatórias pro povo.
Remember what I said. You Sigonians are better off hiding in the sewers. Look at
Sparkle.
you, snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere. Is
Viu?
the smell of
Tô
death so
acertando legal.
enticing, my fine fellow?
Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know? And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner. I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself.
Quem seria o mudinho que ela tá falando, hein?
What do you mean?
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did.
Ah, será que o pássaro na conversa com a Venturini é a Robin?
What did you mean by becoming one myself?
Well, it means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again.
Eu acho que é isso. Ainda mais que eu falo que é ela.
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out, will you reward me with an answer for my efforts?
Why should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into chaos? Well, I can make that happen. I just need an answer to one question. Back then, when you asked me to find a mute, did you really mean Robin?
Viu?
And what if I say no?
Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded so pleasing.
Well done. I admit I underestimated you, but what difference would it make? Let me tell you something. There were 2 mutes, but one is dead now, and the other, though he's still in Penacony,
Agora tá falando do
I'm afraid you'll
mudinho
never find him again.
no masculino, né? Ela falou de novo, quer dizer que já
Sure that I
contou.
was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool. Right now, there are only 2 things missing from my grasp. The meaning behind the truth, and the means to expose it.
How impressive. That's quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence, and that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16 system hours.
Oh, really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a hand. Here you go. This is my precious, mutually assured destruction button, and I have one just like it. When either of us presses it, the other and the whole of Penacony will go up in smoke. If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right? Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care too.
Oh, a deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage to bring it in here?
I have my own ways. That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of, but it's good to hear that he's still here in Penacony. I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, the walls will crumble, people will wake up, and those who couldn't speak will find their voices again. When that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display for me. Catch you later, fool.
You're still talking big, but sure, if that happens, I'll stay true to my word. Just don't let me down now, okay?
Ó, o Venturino quando era presidiário.
35. You're back. Like your new lucky charm?
Can a commodity code really be considered a lucky charm?
Silence! I didn't give you permission to speak, you Sigonian hound. The guys in black didn't say much, so I've no idea what you did to save your skin in that massacre back in the day. But I figured you must have had good luck, so I bought you. From now on, you and your good luck are my assets. Are we clear? Your first task is simple. In addition to you, I've purchased 34 other slaves. Go and play a game with them. You came out alive after 2 days. It proves that you are the real deal.
You're insane.
Testing out if you're a good product.
Aren't you worried that the money you spent on me will go to waste?
I've got stacks on stacks, Blondie. The slave market is never short of but you look good. And that's why many customers are betting their fortunes on a scrawny brat like you.
How much did you spend?
What?
My price. How much did you pay?
Huh. You really want to know? Well, it was 60 tanba.
I'll take my chances. 30 tanba. If I come back alive, you'll give me 30
Are you trying to strike a bet with me? Yeah, sorry, but that won't do. You're just a chip. A life thrown away in someone else's hands. It's all or nothing.
Gente, quanto que eu vou enfrentar o Vitorine? Espero que seja agora, né?
What brings you here, Gallagher?
Some friends from the old days.
Oh, I have the whole day to spare. This bar offers a wide variety of drinks, but
Nossa, cara, tá com um visual mais bacana, hein? Será que ele vai ser um 4 estrelas?
ordinary. We're dedicated to serving up nothing but pure joy and laughter. What would you like to drink? I'll whip it up for you.
Look! A lady as cool as Serval.
Who's Serval?
Oops.
Just spare them, my esteemed bartender. I'll take over the bar today. I'm getting up there in age, and I need some practice before I forget the skills that used to put food on my table.
They're all under the counter. Since our guests have traveled from afar, shouldn't you whip up some special drinks?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Hey, my friends, do me a favor. Go. The discussion might take quite some time. So I'll prepare some custom...
In the bar?
Why, we're in a dream, my lovely lady. You can help yourself to anything if you wish for it. Comfort, hunger, confusion.
Oh, did you hear that? She just...
Even in reality, mixing drinks is more than just throwing ingredients together. A bartender needs to capture the bar's atmosphere.
Only then can a perfect drink craft...
In other words, what you get from your drink is down to luck. So don't overthink it.
A gente tem aqui agora. Colete os ingredientes para a bebida. Como assim? Não é isso aqui. Ah, tá aqui, ó.
It's so glad. Let's give it a shake. That's possible. You see Soul Glad everywhere. Why don't they sell Soul Glad in the...
It's all about the bartender's pride. It wouldn't make
Gente, eu
sense
só
for
queria
customers
pegar os
to come
ingredientes, não
here
precisa
and order
conversar.
drinks they can find.
Hey!
A few days ago, an actor from the Iris family came. Nah, it turned out...
That being said, opening a bar in this...
You'll have to ask her yourself to find out. But I have a feeling she won't...
That's quite a stash. Not sure if it's enough.
Stay out of my way. I'm looking...
Haven't I made myself clear enough, Miss Amiki? The Dream Jolt hostelry only welcomes guests who want to enjoy a drink to their heart's content.
But you have the talent. You'll attract a huge audience. Come with me. We'll become the talk of Penacony.
As you see, I'm entertaining my guests.
Fine. If you don't come along, I'll just sit here and not go.
Just...
What's her deal? We can't discuss the case...
Hey, can you do that clockwork?
Yeah,
You're one of Siobhan's guests. I just don't...
Vamos deixar ela felizinha.
crowd is going wild. Applause crash. I've seen that scene countless times in my dreams. Want to raise a glass?
Nossa, esse assunto tá super relevante. Tá ficando chato agora, hein, essa parte do Gallagher aqui. Pude passar faca nessa mulher.
You're one of Siobhan's. I just don't.
Ah, o que que essa Amy quer? Então deixa eu deixar ela com raiva. Pra ela sair revoltada daqui.
Those darn Irish jerks. I get it now. I can help clear the way for her. I can do her a favor. I just don't.
Nossa, sobrou o que agora? Sobrou só uma, né? Raiva, feliz, triste.
It's ridiculous, right? I'm too timid and shy, longing to shine. You don't know Siobhan's past, and I know she Well, maybe.
Ah, só não quero saber da sua história, moça.
Amaki has left? When you're ready, go to...
That being said, so go ahead. Nice work. You found some interesting ingredients. Each drink has its own unique... The original formula, now that you've chosen... This is the most pungent before Mikhail left.
Mikhail.
Almost there.
Oh, Mikhail.
Let's pick a decoration. Which style do you... A symbol of bravery and... Well, it's done. Here's to you, innovator, with to great vengeance. So...
The richness and layers of these flavors are a masterpiece. I'm not entirely sure what it all...
Well, if you're expecting the imagery it implies...
Does this...
Yeah, that name does sound familiar.
Não fala nada do Mikhail.
I was right about... Let's dig deeper into the cake. All right, let's start with what we know. She managed to fool me at first. My age must be getting the best of me. But here's the thing. She simply vanished. Leaving no trace in the dream.
A morte radicou ela, talvez as coisas tomem um rumo diferente. Ela é um fantasma, a morte radicou.
That's impossible. The problem now is not that she's dead, but that it's as if she had never existed. Let me be frank. This case actually
dealt with before, so...
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark. Confronting the family based on that alone would be naive. Death may occur in sweet dreams. So what? If you really want to delve deeper into this case, you need to understand...
I guess it's time to tell this...
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received that music box too, right?
There's a message. Witness the impossible in the realm of dreams.
Hey, why are you laughing?
No, but I'm the officer in charge of this case. So how could I not know? I'm sure you must have noticed that this...
That's just our speculation.
Now I can assure you that your the family is... Let me ask you a question.
So...
Well,
Nossa, mas eles estão falando muito e já tá acabando a hora. Já tem que terminar aqui a live. E até agora eu não terminei, já tem mais de 3 horas de live. Que isso?
Here we are.
Wait.
The culture of a city. You know that Panic, the prolonged exposure, but everything has a... He is Hanu. History is always written. These characters not only...
Quero ver a parte da aventurina aí, aumentando.
So many members of the Bloodhound family around here.
They just received a lockdown. So, we don't need to go in. Let's find a quiet spot and continue. View here is great, including Clocky.
If all the care in the animation...
It was a monumental. Among them was the
But...
I'm not sure.
How old are you?
I'm 13.
No!
Hanunu freed the frontier prison. But peace, it wasn't until the...
Thus, he...
But didn't you say...
No.
No.
But I am indeed a traitor.
What did you do?
Quanto
Just like
tempo
you, I
falta
have
pra terminar essa missão ainda?
They continue to nevertheless. But we failed. The family, except I heard he died in it.
We're truly sorry.
Não, depois eu leio isso tudo aqui na minha outra conta. E vou postar aqui se eu conseguir gravar também, porque nossa, tá demorando demais. Achei que era 2 horas. Já tá mais de 2 horas já.
Are your companions worried about?
Não, e agora tem mais animação aqui. Ah, dá pra pular, beleza. Vamos com a Acheron aqui de teste. Ah, mas queria Acheron de teste, né? Vou usar minha Acheron flopada, não é?
Something feels off. This door is open.
Just one moment. Why?
I see.
Durante a exploração, você ataca a técnica de Acheron, derrota os inimigos instantaneamente. Beleza.
Stream 4. The model in the sand pit. It's the golden hour, isn't it?
The footprints here are different from the rest. There are 2 sets of them. Looks like outsiders might have passed through here not long ago.
Pô, pelo menos dá pra farmar bastante XP aqui, hein?
Well, there aren't any people in this mansion.
Aqui, infelizmente, o boss não deu. Esse é o boss novo, né? O dinossauro.
For oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
I'll see you off.
Eternal sleep is
É, parece que ele vai ser do tipo toma dano só quando tem na cidade quebrada.
Ready for another? Some value, I suppose. Existence is unity.
Another journey begins. Still waters of oblivion.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Vamos usar o Supremo aqui. Eu achei que ele ia falecer mais rápido, mas ele vai demorar.
Commencing support. There's more to life.
Destined for oblivion.
Enemy targets detected.
Still waters of oblivion.
É mesmo, agora que eu tô reparando um defeito da Acheron que você não consegue deixar o Supremo pronto, né?
Seems like it must have been a...
But no matter what they're...
So you're...
Yeah, but I...
Tem um passarinho ali também, mas depois eu volto quando eu voltar a explorar aqui.
No one here.
Since no one's around.
As soon as I and the...
Robin, but...
Meaning...
If they're really...
That would...
É muito texto, hein?
He's just surprised. This light cone.
According to Rob...
Olha o novo cone.
Yeah.
Cone que vai chegar aí na 2.2. Que seria o cone mais free to play para Venturine.
They all seem to... What is it?
No.
Perhaps that's why. It seems...
They don't seem to...
Maybe the other family...
That's all for now.
Before coming here...
Watch out. Someone's approaching.
I don't think Acheron?
Our apologies.
But even if there's no even without the...
On the contrary...
Well, since you've...
Rest assured, he hasn't...
While the truth remains...
Olha que o Sandy, ele tem um tipo Big Brother, né? Ele sabe de tudo que acontece na mansão.
While the family is dedicated to... You never know.
Vou jogar com o Vitorino de novo.
According to a peer, this fraud case has...
The case's main as per strategic and...
What pretty...
Gente, a chefe da Venturini.
No lawyer has...
Not difficult.
You're pretty confident on your
Ask and you if your luck
Aqui já tá chamando ele de abaixo.
Madam, I already have...
Then let's talk about this.
My life...
Saiu o kick skill dela. Rola de fazer um vídeo aí semana que vem, hein? O kick skill dela.
It is that simple. With this money, I'll...
Interesting. A pity diamond will... You're wrong. Kakavasha, go. May your plans...
Life is... People can't always... Is it because... But... Even if... Will I return? Never to return. Lowly. What?
Infelizmente, como isso aqui tá demorando demais, não vai dar pra eu encerrar aqui a missão todinha, né, por causa da Venturini, porque cadê o negócio? Só tem mais 8 minutos aqui de live, porque eu vou ter que sair. Esse negócio aqui não termina de jeito nenhum. Vamos ver se eu termino aí o... Pelo menos completar aqui a missão, né?
Why not?
Well, you may have fooled everyone. I can show you. Let's have a heart-to...
What exactly are you?
Most people in this world spend their entire lives just to reach one outcome. And I am that outcome. Kakavasha, I am your
First, I'm hearing things, and now I'm seeing them. Great. Am I going to be elevated into the harmonies with just a Pepeshi? No. A child? I thought minors weren't...
What's wrong?
Impossible.
They're pretty, aren't they?
Ó, o Venturini criança.
They're in that amusement. I have to go.
Those eyes. And Mama Funga... No, it can't... There aren't any Avgens left.
Amigos novos.
Papa, Mama, wait for me.
only on panic.
What are you...
Well, you've known all. However, people just want.
Oh, when you put it like...
Well, you know how rare it is. It's good timing that... Oh, one... Go on. They only see your... It's a heck of an app.
Well, the best
Nossa, mas fala pra caramba. Galera, infelizmente aqui pela modo história ser muito grande, eu não vou poder continuar, porque ainda tá longe ainda da gente enfrentar o Venturini. Mas a gente vai deixar para uma próxima oportunidade também. Mas brigadão aí, quem participou aí da live, quem tá vendo esse react aí também, que eu não sei quanto tempo que tá faltando, depois completa aí offline também. Então vou encerrando por aqui, e aí a gente se vê então no próximo vídeo e vou postar aí a live da minha conta, a modo história da minha conta secundária completinha aqui. Então tô indo, valeu, porque acabou o tempo e fui.